That's fair. I don't think it was that. I think they were just wanting an excuse to get some extra time.
Either way, over a year for a remake that they claimed was already done a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's
Well, with a three-man team on it. Well, who is it published by directly? Do you remember?
like the original or the remake.
Yeah. Because Nintendo has a habit of never throwing away any of their the studios they pick up.
Hudson Soft.
Okay. So it'll probably come out from the team that was from them that either they absorbed or oh shit, Cook's going Darth Maul. They either absorbed or that they ended up having to work on if they still got the studio around. If you want to see if the game's gonna do what or be like put together, look at the size of the studio that put it together, or that's releasing it. Because I guarantee if it's less than 10 men, it's gonna come out bugged to shit.
Hudson Soft became defunct about 11 years ago.
So it's under Nintendo, which means it's under one of their teams, which is even worse.
They got absorbed by Konami.
Oh, it's by wait. All right. Konami is actually still decent size, surprisingly enough. Companies are game dev team size. Let's see what are they working with right now. Oh, Konami is still rocking at least 8K. We may actually get a decent game from them then. Now that is as of last year, in all fairness, but I doubt they've had enough layoffs in the industry since the only people getting laid off right now in the tight economy is HR.
I was talking to some coworkers about this recently. Do you remember the Tonka computer game, DM? Where you had the thing that you put on top of the keyboard?
Trying to remember. It sounds familiar.
It was like a saw, a spray can, like a bunch of different things. And you use that to build the shit in the game.
No, I don't think that I ever had something like that. I mean, you gotta realize, growing up, my system, like as far as PC, I was working with a Windows 97, a computer from '94 until like 2010.
This would have been when I was like super young, so.
So roughly in the '90s ish, early 2000s. Yeah, no, I remember Tonka trucks because I remember when they used to make them out of metal, and I used to ride around them in them on my kitchen floor. But I don't remember anything like that. That might have been a little after might have been a little outside of my culture sphere as far as it goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of it.
We might have been too poor for me to know about it. So, hey Maya.
Hello.
Yeah. As far as it goes, I didn't do much PC gaming until I graduated high school. So
same.
Yeah, no, never had anything like that. My parents were pretty cheap. They went to Target and you got me one of them. You know those the little handheld things you get like for Leapfrog and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like the really old ones that you had to put like in a cartridge like an N64 and it was like a really shit looking game. Yeah, that's what I got. Or the maps that were already pre-built that you just clicked the button and it told you something about the like state or the dinosaur that you clicked on or some shit.
Yeah, for when that Tonka thing was out, that shit was cool as hell. Had buttons on the bottom side of it, so depending on what you did, it would push a key on the keyboard, so the game would register it.
Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing to have something like that growing up. Nah, man, only closest thing I had was my stepfather's garage where he made me sit in there every Sunday working on a car of some sort. Right after Pokemon ended, when he woke up, it was time to go work on the Chevelle. So, oh man. All right, Cook, finish up your level up and
Robert.
save it.
Yep.
Hey, heads up, you should invest in items that'll boost Lucius's con.
You know, that reminds me, I need to grab my metal dice.
Did he succeed a single one last session? I don't think he did. I don't remember. With two. So either just very bad luck, or just you need to fix something.
Oh man.
Well, my con saving throws are +5.
I was rolling
don't
based
know,
on your
man.
stat sheets,
Yeah.
man, and
You-
it was not a good
See, the
night.
thing is, like, the DC could have been like really high, but I swear you were Royce was consistently getting like under 15s for Lucius.
Yeah, my rolls
Like
were
they were just
garbage.
bad.
It's okay,
He
Robert.
burnt all of the bad rolls on you, and then got the good ones for the bad guy.
Yep, pretty much. You couldn't. I couldn't get your con save above the DC until the very end, which was pretty good for you because, to be honest, it just meant you didn't get the shit kicked out of you. You just slept the entire fight, and then got cursed.
You took a big fat nap.
I
Yeah,
want to put out. You say like everyone got shooting. I didn't get hit once. He ignored me.
it's true.
Yeah, as he should, You're
So,
You know,
That's
I
your
don't
whole
remember
battle
getting
tactic.
hit that much either, you know?
yeah, it was mostly Sigrun that was getting popped at the very beginning.
I mean, I did get
Oh,
hit a few
that's
times because
fine.
my horse
I-
got hit. I was like, no, I'm taking that.
Yep, that's true.
I don't think Sigrun went under 200 that fight,
No,
because she also like took some healing potions and stuff. So yeah, she was chilling.
but welcome back, everyone. Yeah, so speaking of last time, the party had a long, exciting 2-hour fight with Bahadu that ended with mostly Sigrun getting out-stealthed, stabbed in the back, and then, the enemy disappearing again. However, as the fight would wind down and after an intense match of peekaboo, as the would-be assassin Bahadu with his humanoid-like features would try to escape into the ethereal plane, Sigrun and Vormorn would not have any of it, chasing him down, causing him to unleash his curse, which, as stated, the exact wordings of the curse for those who failed it, which were Lucius, Sigrun, and Vormorn. Everything and everyone you love will perish. Everything you're proud of will melt in your mouth. And finally, when you beg for death, you will be doomed to repeat it all for all eternity. Yeah. So, due to unfortunateness of the party, they decided to, or they ended up getting cursed, and with Vormorn, Lucius, and Sigrun failing the save, the party finds themselves back in the roof of the in the throne room of the capital of the former Tabaxi lands in the castle itself. The ruins all around you now cleared. No mithril like twine hung from anything that you can see. All the illusions seem to have dissipated, and it just seems like another starry night. After Sigrun
Oh man.
buried the head of their friend last night.
Did we? To clarify, did we get a long rest? Yes or no?
No,
Not yet.
the party had not
Okay.
set up to get a long rest. You guys were sitting around the camp as of last, as Sigrun sat down, or after Sigrun kind of buried Sarah's head.
Yeah, did it take like I think it's an hour? Because if so, the earth elemental would be gone, I believe.
It would have taken you probably about the better part of a few minutes for the Earth Elemental to dig it up and then rebury the head, but yeah. After about an hour,
Okay.
the creature will dissipate, but yeah, it's only been a few
Okay.
minutes since last session.
Alright, so I'll still have it like standing guard, just like nearby, using its like tremor sense and stuff.
Okay.
I guess if Sigrun's buried Sarah and is taking care of all that, she would have just rejoined the group.
Okay.
Probably eating rations or whatever is available. I've
Yeah.
got a bunch, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, as you pull out some
Well,
beef
you know,
jerky.
Pomorn and Durali are cranking out some tunes. Sad tunes, but tunes.
Yes. As the two continue their sad ballad on the sound or on the
On a
winds.
harmonica.
Yeah, and a lute, correct, Durali?
Liar.
Liar.
It's the harp.
Yes.
So that's an interesting combo.
Yes.
It is,
As
yeah.
the two continue to play the saddened song, the warm night air, still being in the low 70s, a nice cool breeze kind of flows through the destroyed ruins of this once large castle. You all sit around the campfire. It's still being about roughly midnight from what you can tell as you look up at the sky, seeing the clear sky and the moon high above you.
So, we spoke a little bit before the whole, she gesture towards like where she buried the head of an old friend. What is your guys' plan? Like, what do you intend to do next? I have very clear goals in my mind that I know where I plan to go next. But what is your guys' like deal? And she's not like addressing Lucius while she says that. She knows like very well what Lucius is doing. It's the new people.
Well, over in the... Well, I assume you've, heard the news. Doth and that robot fella are going at it. Someone needs to put a stop to that before it gets out of hand.
I don't out of character. Sigrid didn't, right? Because we've lost our news bracelet and she's been solo.
Correct at this point, yeah.
Yeah, Sigrid just goes, no, I did not hear anything about that. What? Who in the robot they're fighting?
That robot guy's invading the Toth. The Toth are threatening that if they lose, they're going to open up a portal with demons command to end the world.
Petty.
So if we don't do anything, the world's going to end. Or if someone doesn't do something, I should say.
I've heard that too many times in my lifetime. Yeah, she like nods at Lucius. But that still doesn't answer my question. I asked what your goals were.
Oh, well,
our goals don't really matter if the world ends.
But yeah, I just like to explore the world and find fun magic items. I'm not really doing that.
A very easy goal to satisfy.
Yeah, well, you guys do your thing. I get my thing done anyway.
I look towards the beloved turtle person.
The little turtle.
Yeah.
So I heard recently that my heroes are staying in the Dwarven Lands, and other than trying to make a world a better place, I would like to go and meet them.
Oh, that is you chose a very difficult goal. Define better. That I think that will help you out if you list this fuck, what is the word?
Care to tell Sigrun the name of the group of heroes you're looking for?
Oh, they're known as the Light, but recently they're calling themselves the Monstrous Five.
The Monstrous Five.
We had a brief run-in
Out
with
of
them.
character. Yeah, I was gonna say out of character. She probably would not know.
You did meet one of them, and oddly, specifically, the easiest one to recognize. You met them when you were held hostage in the Helilands. The Thrycreen that you saw that saved your life. Set you free rather. Was one of them. And is noted as such.
Okay. Would I have known they were a part of that group, or did I just think, oh wow, this is a cool person?
They were unique enough that they look very similar to the wanted poster for them. That it's it's a pretty good guess that it was the same person. But you're not as familiar with the Thrycreen.
The Thrycreen, I believe, sort of helped my hide many a time ago. But I can't be certain that the only one I've met that is what they are. I suppose, yeah, I mean, they seem like good people, but based off the one, however, it was like a couple-minute interaction I heard for it. And you know what they say, you're never supposed to meet your heroes, so just, take that with a grain of sand? That is the saying, yes? Grain of sand.
Close enough.
Sand is just very unwanted in many places. Anyway, my goal is very simple. I have a race of people to save, and people to kill, and they're both located in the Helilands.
Ooh, the Heli have great baubles.
Yeah, if you're looking for magic, let me tell you, those assholes have a lot of it.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, I'm sure you'd be very familiar. I mean, they had so much magic that my people evolved against magic. It it is an absurd level. Not that I'm complaining. It's great for me to be resistant to like everything, but you know.
Nonetheless,
But
I still say there's not a point in attempting to get a goal completed that would probably be for naught if we don't stop what's going on with the Toth.
where is this? Where is this? If it's close to one of our other stops, I don't see why we can't, you know, plan that out. You know, swing by.
The rest of the group looks at each other, realizing none of them have a map on themselves.
Yeah, Sigrid definitely doesn't. She's used to other people having maps. Would she like? The Toth aren't. Are they like on the world road?
They're on
If
an
they
island,
are-
right?
Yeah, they dominate an entire island now.
Would Sigrun like know directions to that or no? I don't know where she's been in her like war travels.
Not likely. She would have, her,
Okay,
like
I
most
didn't
of
think
her
so.
people, would avoid the island, mostly because the Toth are
Mhm.
known for experimenting on anything they catch, and they are very good at catching
Ah.
things. Yes,
Ah.
you do, Lucius, have a map of your homeland, back in Stonefort. You have a map of that entire continent, in fact,
Yep.
which is not at all where the Toth are located, but, you know.
Hey, we
I said I
can
have
make
one.
guesses.
It's just
So it's
You know, how about we get some rest? In the morning, we go back to the market, we get a map, and then plot our course.
back to the market. I guess I've technically been here before, I believe, but like when I was here, it wasn't pleasant. I want to see the market for the first time.
You hear.
I can't wait to see.
You
see
all
it.
hear in the someone like really panting as they sound like they're walking up the stairs at this hour. Around this point, 1 a.m. Roughly, as you just hear
Sigrun
heavy
just, like,
panting.
Has a hand on her axe and she like just points to direct the earth elemental to whatever like entrance it's coming from to stand by it. Like she's like, hey, stand guard.
We're always gonna get up. I got it.
I'm gonna
Mm.
still chillax with Tycharis.
Okay.
They're all
my
gonna
morning
get-
star is in my
Ooh.
hand, and I'm waiting.
Okay.
I open the lock.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna open the locket of mustache.
Okay. The mustache appears on your face. Very fine, long, and very well greased. It twirls slightly.
I'm mad we can't see it because her back's to us.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I put my hands behind my back and I walk forward like with standing tall,
Like
still.
a flower!
As you do, you see walking up, looking down about halfway. The panting is louder than you thought, as they're just further away from you than you realized. About halfway up the stairs, you see a blue-scaled, medium-height dragonborn with a large yellow horn stuck out of his head, just looking like he is exhausted, covered in full head-to-toe in gear, full leather gear, and seems to be carrying a couple of mismatched items throughout his bag. What you do note is that he is wearing a very magical, basically cloak that looks to be some sort of feral beast that was once.
Huh. I'll just kind of stand at the top, just looking at him, kind of waiting to see if he notices me.
Let's see.
I think you noticed a door opening, but you're very small.
There are no doors. Most of the exits from the top of the
Oh.
the
Oh, it just does
pyramid
the-
is just open. As he looks
Oh.
up, he goes, "Hello, my name is Rylos. I'm looking for a smith."
Oh, you gotta be fucking idiots, Raylo.
We ain't got one of them here.
Oh.
I mean,
Starts
hang
looking
on. I'm
at
pretty
it.
sure Sigrun. I can use smith tools.
I'm gonna.
I don't have the supplies, but
I'm gonna go meet with him. I'm gonna walk down. So are you looking for a specific smith or just a smith?
As he goes to
You
turn,
don't
he kind of
Door to
stops
door salesman.
and looks back up and kind of waits until you finally get close to him. And he goes, I don't know. I got told by my friends by my employers, actually captors is probably more accurate to find them a smith. I don't remember what the other request was, but I figure if I leave long enough, they'll eventually forget about me.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. Out of game.
let me get. Oh, this is Monday's.
This is our
Monday's.
Monday
This is our
stuff.
steward. Yeah.
This is the
Oh,
person
that's
who just
great.
gets bullied by Bastion.
Yeah,
Oh
Only
no!
by the whole party.
I don't bully him.
Well, yeah.
He looks at
Bastion-
Durali and goes, yeah, it's funny though. I went down into this cave I found earlier. Found a bunch of cool shit though, so I'm hoping. So if I can find a smith, I think I can get them off my back. Do you happen to know of any
Sigrun?
smiths?
Sigrun appears in the doorway, just towering over where the tiny little Durali, and goes, "I know the basics. If you could supply the tools."
As he's halfway down this large Chichen Itzu styled pyramid, he looks up and sees that Sigrun's mighty frame now stands in the door, the like doorway, at the top, and he kind of looks back down at Durali and goes, is the Scrofe with you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank God.
I would argue other way around. I was here first in the group,
Everyone
but
in
yes.
the building right now is part of the same group.
He starts kind of walking up and goes, well, I mean, I'm just looking. 1 sec.
I mean, there's also a few smiths in the city, like right next to us.
Oh, really?
It depends what you need. I know, like,
Well,
basic weapon.
I'm looking to hire one.
making.
You look like you need to rest first.
Ah.
We can take you in the morning to meet a smith.
I know a little bit of ironworking, but I don't have tools. So
No, I'm looking for one to
same
hire
here.
and take back with me. My my captors are very
Mm.
specific on making sure that I bring back a fresh employee. We don't have a smith back at their
there's
stronghold.
there's some really
No,
smiths
I'm.
in town.
All right.
Yes.
Here, just
I'm
they're not gonna be awake this time of night, so come rest.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
I will. Yeah, she'll just. Is he? How far is he?
About 3/4 of the way up the stairs now. He's not moving
How-
very fast.
How long would it take Sigrun with her big stride to get to him?
Not more than a few moments.
She is still enlarged, by the way, after the fight.
Mhm.
So she will just, like, excuse me, step, like, over Durali, just go however many steps it takes for her, like 3, just scoop up this guy and then just start walking back to the top of the temple. Like, I think we will lay out an extra sleeping mats for you. It's fine.
Give me a strength check to see if you can lift him.
Oh, is he a dense boy? That would be a first.
Wait, no,
It's
that's
a
my
strength
fucking gift.
check. And then do I get advantage outside of rage, or is it just during rage? I can't remember. This just says. Oh, I think it's just during rage. Okay, that's fine. All right, which one of these die? Check or save? Just a check, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
You're trying to lift him.
All right. It was almost a 19. I got a nat 1. The man falls out of my grip and he falls down the stairs and he died.
As you go to pick him up, you notice he weighs an absolute ton. As you start to strain to lift and pull, he kind of looks up at you confused as you have your hands basically wrapped around his midsection, almost able to link your
do advantage
fingers.
on strength checks because I'm large. Hang on, let me see. I'm probably still gonna fail, but I want to see. Hang on, wait. Oh, 16 plus 6?
As you kind of get your second
do it?
wind and start pulling harder on him to pull him up, he still does not budge. You strain with everything you have, feeling the sweat beating down your face. And as you kind of finally let go, you kind of find yourself stumbling backwards slightly, and he just looks at you very confused.
That's
You
one
are
big feller.
You are heavy. She says this with almost a sense of like pride or like respect in her voice. Like, you are by far the densest person I have met. What is your secret?
He goes, "You didn't have to insult me."
It is not an insult where I'm from, friend. That would be a very valuable asset in an army.
I'm not a soldier. I was watching my figure too.
I could make you one. Do you want to... Hey, if from the sounds of it you don't like your employers, would you like to go with us? I could train you to fight.
I don't think you can stop them. So I'm gonna continue along my job.
Listen, I have many money. I give them money. You said they'd forget about you. They probably... What do you think you're worth to them? 20,000? 40,000?
He immediately just starts laughing so hard. He falls backwards onto the stairs, barely catching himself as he does to hold himself up, just laughing. And as he finally takes a few minutes to catch his breath, he goes, "If I'm more than a couple copper pieces, I'll be shocked."
See, I could pay that. You're free from them. I train you, and we will become the heaviest people to crush people on the battlefield together. I don't see what's wrong.
He kind of looks about and goes, "I mean, I can at least stay for the night and consider your offer."
Yes, I mean, I should warn you, that if you're not proficient in fighting, there will be a steep learning curve, because we're about to be in the shit, but, I mean, if you're traveling with adventurers, you're gonna be in the shit anyway.
I could always teach him
At
magic.
least with me, you'll know I am I don't know these people you travel with.
He kind of looks back, he goes, "They got some unique names. Anyway, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna, if I can't talk throughout the town tonight anyways, I guess I'll just, I don't mind joining y'all to sleep."
Elias, good man. I didn't get your name, but you know what? That is fine. I'm Sigrun.
He goes, "Rylos. Rylos is..."
Rylos.
Hey.
I fit earlier, I think.
Yeah. And he kind of looks about at each of you a little, like, concerned and confused. But he sets out a knapsack. What's up, Lucius?
Oh,
I pull out a
I-
ration and offer it.
What'd you say, Keem? Say that again?
I offer him a ration.
He'll look at it and go, "Oh, I have my own. I'm really good at cooking." And he starts pulling out some ingredients in a little iron pot and starts kind of working about with it. You see the iron pot starts to glow slightly and it starts to cook the things inside of the pot, causing it to come to a boil. And the ingredients, just as he starts chucking in random things of meat and vegetables into it. And after a few moments of this, he kind of grabs out a spoonful, pours it into a bowl, and just starts eating it. And just looks about and goes, "It's much easier to cook when you're on the road, when you're not being threatened on the daily."
That's
sir?
true.
Yes, feel free. If any of you are big fans of the food, it'll help you sleep at night. It's...
Ooh, yes. I'm a big fan of the food.
And he kind of starts
She'll
handing
get
out
a good
bowls.
helping.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
As you start to chew into it, it's just a couple of mixed vegetables and looks to be some sort of meat that you don't recognize, Sigrun.
Ooh, what is this? I must ask. It is very good.
Before he answered that, he looks about the rest of the party and goes, "Anybody else want a bowl?"
I'll take a bowl.
He kind of pours one
Sure,
and
I'll
hands
take
it to him. And he
I
does
can't
the
wait
same.
to be eating human flesh.
Dorali will pull out a bowl her size and get her bowl.
Okay.
Her little tiny.
Little bowl. Sigrun has a normal sized bowl and it is too small for her enlarged hands.
He looks to Vormorn and goes, "For you, good sir?"
I'm good.
That's fair. As I fully understand, never trust a stranger. It's always a better option. And he goes, and he kind of helps
I'd be
himself to a second
surprised if
bowl.
you could poison me and succeed. As she like slurps it.
He kind of continues to eat. And he goes, no, I'm better at sleep magic, and like paralyzing folks and petrification more than anything. That and being really
Ooh,
good at
see,
setting
that
off
is-
traps.
That is incredibly good in battle.
Oh no, my
Setting up
petrification
traps in
works.
battle?
My petrification works from the
The
inside.
petrification.
It starts to petrify your stomach and then slowly kills you
Well,
from the
I mean,
inside.
war is not just fighting in an open field. War is slipping poison in a man's cup. War is raising villages and killing children. War is many things. You can be involved in war and be good at it without being like me and brazenly fighting on open fields. That's my specialty. They have spies for a reason, you know. It works.
Hey, looks fine. He goes, by the way, I was given a message from a man with a mask. He said to give you something. And he goes, give me a minute. He starts getting into his bag of holding. And he starts
Ugh.
digging around in it.
I
and
thought he already left his gift.
he goes, what?
Man in mask cursed us. I found the head. Is that the different person's curse?
Oh, he goes, I don't know. It's some human had told me the guy's name was. I lost the name of the guy's head, the person's head. This was. They said the person was from Stonefort, and to hand it to. He kind of pulls out this bag with that's starting to kind of leak red, and he kind of hands it to Lucius, and he goes, "An old guy with gray hair and mutton chops. I assume that means you."
Oh,
God, whose head is this?
Yeah. Who
I
is it?
think I know.
Lucius, give me a history check.
All right.
It's
that
your
one
wife.
does not know.
Anyone help action him? Does anyone know his story?
I have advantage for grim psychometry.
Mm-hmm.
It's advantage to recall information about a darker past surrounding an object you were holding or a location you were present in. Would that work here?
You know what? From
On the head.
Lucius' perspective, yes.
A grim darkest.
19.
As you look at the head with the bright red hair and the very feminine features, the realization comes to you. This is the man who is thought to be a woman, the noble who was engaged to you, Lady Calbridge.
Oh my gosh!
Aw.
Lady Albrecht.
Or, as Lucius knows, Lord Calbridge.
Were they close?
Looks about
So
and
would
goes,
Sigrun recognize it too?
Yes, Sigrun picks it up as well.
Yeah.
After a moment.
Ah. Were you? The curse was like killing your loved ones. Did you love them? I thought
Not
that
at
was an
all.
arranged thing.
Lucius,
Yeah, it
Rylos
was.
kind of hands you a ring as well. It has a little gemstone on it, and it reads in the side of it that says, for Lucius, Ciliarion. I can't do the last name. From Hawken, best wishes for your wedding. Carved inside the ring.
Nice.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, I think I'm supposed to give this to you as well. I guess I don't know who this Lucius fellow is or Hawken is, but here you go.
Listen,
I-
you know a curse is bad when you are so desperate to harm its victims that you kill random people around them. Little funny.
Wait,
I mean,
curse?
it's sad
Yeah.
that he died, but yeah, recent thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics. Something about loved ones
Yeah.
will die.
Why, I think
We
he's
will
told by
continue
not
to
doing
die.
that.
It wouldn't affect you because you weren't there. It's kind of come to pass already. That is how curses work.
You know, I'm pretty sure it's not contagious though, so you shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't come back and you don't kill him again, I think it's pretty. I think it's
I don't-
you know.
I don't think
But
he's
if any of us start to like you in any way, you might end up dead. Just letting you know.
What? He looks back.
It's
Huh? Wait, you were talking to me? He looks at him
He's
up
not-
from his stew.
Rylos, he's not gonna like you. He admitted he hates everyone just yesterday.
it is yeah. It said loved ones. I don't. No offense. You seem cool. I'd be excited to train you to kill people. Love with you. I probably won't be. That's a good thing.
Well, that
No,
hurt my
listen,
feelings.
Listen, I have recently gone through a lot of experiences that have changed my my view on a lot of things. I'm kind of dealing with stuff. Listen, trust
Raleigh
is
is
a
correct.
thing
I
hard
did say I
earned.
hate everyone.
Even me?
Well, no.
It,
This was when you were
Listen.
gone.
He hates you the least.
that would have hurt my feelings a lot. Like, you don't have to like me, but Lucius, we've kind of been through hell together.
As Key kind of
No, I
leans
just
over.
meant the rest of everything.
As Key kind of
Valid.
leans over to whisper something to Rylos, he just nods and then he kind of stands up and goes, "So I'm just gonna not pair down here. I'm gonna go stay at the inn in town. I feel like I got better
Yeah,
chances."
but what did you do?
I didn't do
Uh,
nothing. I just gave him a prayer
What
blessing.
did you do? Wait, what did you tell him? He was so on board to join us, and he's so incredibly useful.
Oh
and
no,
what did you tell
it's
him?
not your friend, your turtle friend. There, it's no more along the lines. You know, the thing about the head, the not liking each other. I just don't want to get swept up in drama that has nothing to do with me. If you don't mind, I've already got enough of that. And he kind of looks
Well,
up.
if you still want me to like pay for your against it, just to consider it an act of goodwill.
No, but if you want to kill my master and manage to free me, I'm down with that.
Who is your master?
Hey,
I've killed lots of people.
Well, let's see. The most dangerous of the bunch is probably the I don't know. Probably the red lizard folk is the most dangerous of the bunch.
Red lizard.
He shoots.
Do you have another?
He shoots beams of like flame out of his mouth. If you hit him in the tail, it just activates. That's my concern.
Ooh, he
there's,
sounds like. It sounds like I could recruit this person. And can you give me a name or like a yes.
His name's
What's his
Goji.
Goji.
Then there's the fiendish fella named Stealing McSteelface. He's really
Oh, his
dangerous. He eats
Parents
people.
were not very creative, were they?
No, he's a metallic demon, and he'll eat you.
Nah,
Right.
shit.
I'd like to see him try. I ate a plant demon, I think, and survived.
Listen,
He's
Oh.
about
He might have been a
to
devil.
shit.
he goes, there's the big bulky one named, Sieko. It's a big old dragonborn with, purple, like, gemstones. I recommend smacking it really hard if you want to win. I say it because I don't know what gender it is. I can tell you it looks like a flippin' dragon,
Is
though.
it one of the spellcaster
Wait,
types when
purple?
you say hit it hard? Or no?
He looks over at King and goes, "Yeah, Sieko." And he looks back at Sigurd and goes,
thought he was brown.
"Yes, big motherfucker who hits hard." And he looks back at Key and
Listen,
goes,
I can appreciate that.
"What? What was that?"
Last I heard he was brown. So wait, you're telling me your bosses are the Monstrous Five?
Not a boss. I am their captive, but yes.
Wait, the Monsters 5, weren't we going to those people because they like fucked up shit and we have to fix it?
No.
We should just come along with you.
Is the worst
Not-
way to put it.
What?
They did good. They did good things.
I
Just
thought
so
they
happens
made
to
the
be
people
bad.
mad, and now the mad people are going to end the world.
Only the mad people, well, the only people that are mad are
No.
those who are a victim.
You know, I do hear though that they have plans to just wipe out all of society. That's what I was told. The big green one, he especially, he really wants to kill everyone and believes he is stronger than anyone who challenges him.
That is a very fun mentality to have, no doubt.
Yeah, that
He
does sound
also
like
considers pretty much anybody not of his race to be inferior to him. He's truly probably the most dangerous of the lot in his mentality. It's his name's Daka of his own clan. You probably heard about him at some point on the world news. He's known for cutting down a kraken in single combat while surfing. It was quite a spectacle, as well as the kraken that was just trying to defend its home territory.
You know, Krakens, they're a good monster to fight, but there's definitely better ones out there to kill while surfing.
I mean, he surfs on a rock, so if that adds anything to it.
That's pretty cool.
Is it a
Really is.
boulder or a rock? There's
no,
a difference.
it's a rock. He looks back and goes, it's a rock shaped like a tower shield. Oh, also, he can paint himself. And if you want to know their weaknesses, I got a list here what they can do if you're planning
Sure,
to go
it
kill
would
them.
be useful to if you could write it down and like it's always useful to have a strategy.
All right, so Daka's really focused in on himself. So the more you disrespect what he looks like and how strong he is, the easier he is to defeat. That's all you really need. If you start with him and piss him off, the rest seem to follow. You should be all right.
Okay.
Oh, you're interested in yours? You should have just asked.
Would you? All right, yeah, go ahead, Lucius.
Ouch. 13.
13. He's telling the truth, or at least he appears to be.
Well, if he's their captive, I should hope he's just willing to give out their weaknesses.
He looks back at Key and goes, "What did you say, Key? I apologize. I miscaught that."
I said, well, if y'all wanted to know about my heroes, you should have just asked, and I will pull out every bauble I have collected from them.
Little Sieko baubles of his first form, or of their first form.
Well, I believe
Do you
Tail has
fucking merchandise?
There's
of
a
these
picture
people?
of Daka on a T-shirt with his thumbs up, saying he is the
The Naka
greenest.
body pillow.
I've been in
One
the
single leaf
for-
from George Bush.
for
Yeah.
years, and I have never. I need to merchandise myself.
I
I need
got
to
him.
merchandise myself.
I wouldn't be
This is-
surprised if Key has a body pillow of each member.
Rylos looks at him and goes, "Oh, you're missing a couple people. They've got an Oranga troll named Horv, and they got an abyssal bear and a really powerful gnome wizard now as part of their core group. So, you gotta go. If you're looking for the merchandising, those are the other two you gotta find out. However, the sales are going well. I can, get you a tag on the main line.
Are they open to like working with others? I've been getting shafted with the
no.
short end of the stick.
I do all their runs of merchandising. They don't worry about any of that. They don't have an interest in any of that. So I'm the one merchandising everything. Yes, I've got little Daka stuffed pillows. If you'd like, they're in the shape of Daka, and he is in his green. However, I have a special rare purple alternative as well.
I would make an incredible pillow, I'm sure. If you were looking for more people to merchandise.
He looks you up and down and goes, yes, and all the wrong reasons why you would make a good body pillow. I don't merchandise in that area.
You'd make a body mattress.
What? Is it too much body hair?
No, your husband, I believe your husband would kill me. You're the one married to Zarius, right?
And engaged.
Yeah, Zarya, I've worked with him. I'm good. No, last time we worked together and I screwed up an order, he shoved me in a Yuan-Ti venom pool for 3 days.
It has been a while since we spoke, but I'm certain when we speak, I can convince him about the profits of it.
I, as this tiny cat, just look around and like, am I merchandisable?
You would listen. You are of toy size.
He looks back and goes, "Well, now if you need anything, I'm gonna just continue my way back into town."
Yeah, I was about to say, Vermont's gonna go to fucking sleep. Just hat over his eyes and just...
I'm curling up on...
Before he goes, I will
Curling
yell
up
to
on
him.
who?
on you.
What's up, Key?
Okay.
Before he goes, I will ask him if he has anything that he can give or he is willing to give or trade or sell related to the party or related to the Monsters 5. And sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And if he happens to ever or if any more happens to be made, I'm interested in purchasing more Daka bathwater.
He looks and he goes, "I can't get the bathwater, but I can give you something that I think it's a one-time key. It's a VIP pass to meet the Monsters 5. I'm willing to sell it to you for a few hundred gold pieces. Let's say 200. And he holds out a piece of wood.
God damn it! The crossover episode's about to happen.
If you have this, you too can meet the Monsters 5. But I only give this to those who are truly real fans."
I pull out 200 gold pieces and slam it on the floor.
Really? Should I do stuff with bathwater? Arthur. I don't often do much with cats, but it seems profitable.
As Vormorn's asleep and snoring under his cap. He hands you the key, the piece of bark. Feel free to add a unique bark to your other possessions key.
Unique bark.
And he is gonna take the 200 coin and start heading into town.
There would be a lot of it because I require a lot. So if it's a per jar thing, there'd be a lot of them. And then, I don't know, is Durali even awake, or is Durali just like passed out in her mane or some shit, just like...
Oh, Durali got into like your lap and just curled up and just laid down.
As Durali continues to snore.
Sigrid's just talking to herself.
Lucius, are you curling up as well and passing out?
I had a good
there's
nap
more lap
and sleep
space if you
earlier,
need it.
so I'm just gonna kind of stay up and watch guard.
Okay. And Key, what about you?
I'm going to slowly put everything back, or everything related to the Monstrous 5 I have, back in their bag.
Okay.
And then I will just try it, or I'll just be staring at this piece of wood. I am too now mesmerized and excited on the possibility of meeting them to sleep.
As you look it over, it is an orangish, reddish color and seems to smell of metal. You can give me a nature check to see if you can recognize where this wood is from.
It's like poisonous.
Also, Vormorn and Durali, you don't have to worry about, but Vormorn, give me a con saving throw.
Okay.
Don't worry, nothing bad, just in general for something.
I got a nat 1.
Okay.
Yo,
same.
Key.
But that's for an 11.
Okay, Jesus. Key, you don't remember where the wood's from, but as you kind of continue to stare at it through the night, the eventually kind of never really falling asleep, you continue to focus on the item itself, continue to think, and still nothing seems to come to you as you inspect every inch of the wood. Vormorn, as the night goes on, and normally you're not much for dreaming. Most of your dreams are typically darker, and the few that do come through cause you to wake up in a cold sweat. And tonight is not unlike one of the nights, as you find yourselves watching as the image of Sigrun piling on cash as they hand bottles of bath water from a tub, or from an iron tub that they are laying into weird and strange people all around from all different cultures and races that seem to be lining up. And this just continues as you are stuck watching it. You're not really sure what the meaning or the message of this dream is, but as it's the last thing on your mind, as you hear it falling off to sleep, it seems to stick with you. The night continues on as you lot... Sigrun, do you stay up all night?
She would go to sleep, talks, rambles, finally realizes this tiny little cat person fell asleep, and she's like, you've and just kind of shrugs. Lucius said he'd be up, so she would just have the earth elemental with its remaining time guard like the opposite end of the temple, like across from wherever Lucius is, and then she would like just settle in for layback, and just go to sleep. She's got wounds to recover from. She's planning to at least short rest, but she's probably gonna long rest with the others.
Yeah. As the night continues on, Sigrun finally falling asleep. Lucius and Key. Lucius, give me a perception check with advantage. Key, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Since you're focusing on the wood.
I would ask if my passive perception would see it, but I don't think it would matter at this point.
No.
That is a 27.
27?
Alright.
Did you just roll a fucking 34 still?
You rolled a 17.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
Deal, I told you, this is the Santo of this party.
Fuck you.
Key, for a moment, you see, and then what did you get, Lucius? Sorry.
27.
Fucking Christ. Okay. As Key, as you continue to relax, you hear in the distance as the light footsteps are heard. But as soon as you seem to notice, at the same time, Lucius kind of stands up, looking down. Lucius, you see Rylos covered in what looks to be some sort of darkened material that he has rubbed all over his body. As his bright yellow eyes seem to look up at you and glow in the darkness, and he just kind of sees you staring at him and just kind of waves awkwardly and turns and walks back down the road.
Try to fucking sneak up.
I think I can do something. Let's see. Maybe not.
No.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Carry on.
Alright, he's going to turn and head back down the road towards the inn.
I have to hit them. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. As you two, though, continue the night, watching, continuing to expect to see if he would return, night turns into day, the heat starts to warm up. By around 8 a.m. comes the sun, now vibrantly bright, no clouds in the sky. The heat, a balmy 95 degrees, and just humid as all hell, as you are surrounded by a deep jungle. With the forest all around you, the birds chirping loudly, the creatures of the forest themselves coming to life, and as you each wake up in turn, slowly, the fire being kicked out, you all find yourselves having had a long rest, minus Key and Lucius.
Cool.
Alrighty.
There we go. I just roll out of her lap. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, Sigrun eventually rises, does some stretching, gets she just kind of slept on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
stretch it out, and then is just ready to go for the day.
On a stone floor.
Yeah, she's used to it. I mean, with the amount of pure mass, her spine is well padded. Rest assured.
Fair.
You know what? I'm very curious, everyone. We were told there was a great worm or a dragon of some sorts underneath this building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 100% dead now. Yep.
I was going to say it did not
Should we
sound like
check-
it lived.
Should we check that?
Well,
out?
yes,
Maybe
we should
get something
definitely
from it?
try to loot its body for part, if nothing else. But you know,
Didn't that Rylos guy mention a cave? He found a lot of cool stuff nearby. Do you think he
Yeah, that could be it.
He might. I don't think. I mean, oh wait a second. He was incredibly heavy. He might have looted it all. I don't think he could have carried it all, but it probably
He
had
did try to
a lot.
sneak back in the night, so.
Oh, he
Like it
did.
Yes.
That is a little concerning. Yeah, well, we should go see if there's anything left. I mean, even Dragon Bones would go for a good bit if he picked it clean of scales and flesh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright. Sigrun, as you're the only party member who actually remembers where the tunnel is,
Yep.
you start leading the party down the large amount of stairs. Durali, you, as the rest of the party kind of starts to head down the stairs, you take one last moment, look at where once your best friend ruled the entire nation, and where you used to laugh and giggle with the heir apparent before they became king. And as a single tear comes down the side of your cheek, you turn and continue on with the rest of the adventure.
and make it look like nothing ever happened?
As the rest of you start heading off, you watch as Sigrun starts to lead you outside of the city itself, heading down one of the side roads and through what was the remaining of the walls. What used to probably be a fully solid wall is now a large broken bunch of rubble that is just lying on the ground. As you lot continue to kind of climb through, coming about another half hour of travel through the deep jungle, you come to a logging cabin where you see a what looks to be once a probably someone's house. The roof has caved in from what looks to be rot. The door looks to have been left wide open, and creatures seem to have easily come scampering through and rooted through the house. But as you look about, Sigrun, finding the back warehouse area, you eventually come to where a door is now set in the ground that was not there prior. Before, it used to be just a cave for what you could find.
Ah, they renovated. She'll just open the door.
As you do, you see carved stairs this time where there used to be smooth stone. The walls seem to be more supported with some logs every about 10 feet going down by the looks of it, and it seems to curve just like what you remember as you all look down into this deep, dark cave.
Interesting. They did actually renovate this a lot. Oh, and just FYI, Sigrun's no longer enlarged.
Yes.
She shrunk back down before her bed. Just figured I'd clarify that she'd...
You
know,
wouldn't be able
she's
to fit down here otherwise.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Sigrun didn't think so either, so yeah.
Vormorn, you realize the tunnel is too big for Ticarius to fit down.
Ticarius, you good here, boy?
He neighs, and fire comes kind of sporing through the nostrils slightly, and it seems to walk in. Ticarius seems to walk into the house and just stand there, chewing on something.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
The horse, suddenly you hear it kind of kick back, and the door seems to slam shut.
Man, get some personal time, and we all need it.
Alright.
What a sassy little boy.
What was that, Key?
No, I was just calling him a sassy little boy.
Don't talk about my horse like that.
Whoa,
What
now.
is that?
That's too far.
Exactly.
Don't talk about my horse like that.
The horse neighs in the distance.
He gets it.
I lean
Do
close
I
to
hear
Key.
or smell anything from down the stairs?
Give me a perception check with advantage, and Durali.
I lean into Key and I'm like, I think Vermorn is the sassy one, just really quietly.
You know, maybe you're right.
16.
16. You smell sulfur, but, well, actually, no, because you haven't been here before. Yeah, you smell sulfur.
Yeah, could Sigrun also do a perception just to, like, see how it is versus how it once was?
Sure. Give me a perception
Like,
check.
she's no... Like, obviously there's renovations she can clearly see, but she's looking like, was this place fucking trapped since I last been here? Like, what did they add to this shit?
Okay.
So let me see. Would that be perception or investigation, would you say?
If you're looking to see what's changed, investigation. If you're just looking to see, to get better detail on the tunnel, perception.
I'll do perception. She's just, like, looking. She's not, like, touching stuff. That is a shit roll. I believe that's only a 12 total.
As you look about, I mean, nothing glimmers, but that's about it.
Sword, I remember there. Nah, it's probably nothing. And she'll keep walking.
Okay. As Sigrun starts walking down the tunnel, who follows directly behind Sigrun?
I will.
Okay. Followed by Lucius, then who's up next?
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
I'll take the sheer middle. Sure.
Alright, so, Sigrun, Lucius, Durali, Key, and then Vormorn. Alright. So as you start walking down, you lot look about, and with your passive perception, Key, and Lucius with your perception from earlier, though the darkness does start to become a bit harder, getting more into a dim light the further you go in, Lucius, you know well enough about the concept of blasting diamonds to recognize that this is definitely used to be a mine for the material, and it looks like, as you look about, this is what someone's been setting up. Like, that's why the walls have been reinforced and the stairs carved into it. It's pretty common amongst miners. Key, as you're looking about, you notice that they're not just taking the diamonds that are obviously imprinted in the wall. They're taking all of the sulfur as well, whoever's running these mines. As it looks to be very, very softly dug out, as the sulfur doesn't look to be being dug out by metal, but by something more, like, liquid-like, as it doesn't look natural, or it looks too natural with how it's coming out.
Mm,
But
this
as
is
you,
weird.
oh, go ahead, Key.
No, I was just saying this is weird.
Mhm.
Who's harvesting some sulfur?
What is that?
Someone's harvesting the sulfur. And the diamonds.
Interesting.
That's normal.
Are they just regular diamonds, or are they them fancy
Oh,
blasting
oh
diamonds?
no! If I recall, they're the ones that explode really bad and kill people.
That would be correct.
Fun.
I
So
assume
whatever
they're
we
the
do-
blasted ones.
I couldn't put my hand on what was missing here, but the very dangerous diamonds have been removed.
You know, I heard a story about this once, about a group of fellas in the dwarven
Hunter,
lands.
don't do it. Hunter, do that.
They're mine.
All right. But as you look about, as you continue walking down, you come to the big, large opening. As you can still hear the running water on the throughout the walking path. However, you don't seem to be able to locate it. As you continue walking through, Sigrun following by memory, the tunnel continues to be very cleanly carved out. All the walls are very well supported. It looks to have been, all the mining areas look to be very natural and organic rather than metallic. Key turns and looks at Vormorn, stating, don't do the flamehead thing.
Dim, I'm pretty sure, because actually
You
I don't know-
appear as if your eyes do light on fire, but the rest of them don't realize what you're doing. They think you're just casting fire from your head.
Yeah, so no.
So that's that's a pretty expected response for someone who doesn't know what the fuck you're doing.
Well, I've never lit my head on fire before. Key, so keep to yourself.
As you lot finally come around this bend, you see the large, long corpse of a crystal great worm, or a diamond great worm, lying there, fully still scaled, looking still chained down, and standing in front of it, you see a black cloaked figure with long brownish let me cut that, short white hair. I was looking at the wrong page here. Very short cropped white hair, very dark skin, and with a little strange dog-like creature that seems to have spots and a brownish fur that seems to go along its spine, while the rest of the fur seems to be mostly a yellowish color, and it seems to continue to laugh. As they look around, the elf kind of sees you lot coming down and goes, "Do not light a match, please! Do not light a match!"
I'm not planning to.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so no matches. What about a fireball?
No.
I think the whole point is the fire.
But I like.
Is
fire.
there?
And you
I'm
see
looking
this,
around. Are the diamonds still in this room?
the mountain, or the large opening that you walk into still have these massive blasting diamonds that look like they're in the process of being slowly pulled out.
See, there are the diamonds I told you about.
And all you see in this room now, other than a bunch of what looks to be about construction and working equipment that people were using to harvest and pull out the diamonds using ropes and other sorts of levies and tricks, no metallic equipment that you can see. You see this elven figure, again, wearing just a blackened cloak, standing at the head of the strapped-down great diamond worm that is lying in the center of the room. They stand to be about roughly 4'11" and a little bit slightly larger, with the short white hair very braided. And they look about and go, are you lot here for the great worm removal, I assume?
Yes.
I knew the professionals would finally show up. I sent a letter to them a week ago. Alright, finally.
You know how it is with mail these days.
Yes, very understandable. She goes, my name is Quinn. If you lot would please get to work unchaining the body and removing it through the exit, and she kind of points to what looks now you see as a massive dugout tunnel behind the creature. If you would take it with you, you can keep the chains. We don't need it. I just need the creature gone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Hmm.
Good.
By the way,
What?
as a question, DM,
Yes. What's up?
does the belt that I acquired have any reaction towards this thing?
Which belt? Oh, no, it does not. It does not seem to have any reaction at all.
What? What material are the chains made out of? Just like looking, are they like clearly like a very dense type of metal or anything like that?
Give me a nature check.
Ah, shit, nature.
They
God
kept down
damn.
a great worm, so.
Well, I'm checking the chains, not the. Yeah, I guess it is if it's a natural metal.
Yep.
Damn it! It rolled off the 20. So 2 minus 1.
It's metal. It's metallic. Yeah, you're pretty
Oh,
sure
if
this
I-
is like iron. Definitely has to be iron.
Okay, so if I hit it with my axe, it's gonna spark and it's gonna fucking explode us. So,
Yeah, let's
Sigrun,
just pull
like,
it away.
she's like, oh yeah, we'll take care of it. Her hand instinctively like reaches back. She pauses. She's like, oh no, shit, this is metal. Ugh, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. And I assume there's plenty of room for her to enlarge in this chamber if it fit the Great Worm.
Yes, the chamber is a total of about 80 feet tall, and about 150 feet
Yeah.
long.
I'm not that big yet. One day I'll get there, but for now, I'm just my size. So she'll enlarge and she'll go to see how like tight the chains are on this. Like, if need be, could she rip the hand worm and just drag the body out?
Okay.
So she's just gonna like start testing the strength of it, like tugging on it, like inspecting it.
While Sigrun does that, Vormorn, what about yourself? Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm looking right now.
Okay, I'll give you a second if you want a second to think.
Yes.
Lucius, what about yourself?
I would just like to inspect the great worm and make sure that it looks like it's actually dead.
Okay, so Sigrun's strength check with advantage. Lucius, give me a medicine check with advantage. Key, what about you? And feel free to type your rolls in the chat once you've made them.
He is trying to figure out if there is a way that she can help
Okay.
with removal of this worm.
I do have a question. So,
Yes.
Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
That doesn't create fire or
No.
anything that could spark fire, correct?
Correct. It does not. It is chaos. It is a magic of. It is a raw eldritch-like magic. It is a demonic magic.
Because I know it does force damage, but because it says like a beam of crackling energy, I'm like, I don't really know.
If you slam it into something that could theoretically combust with the use of demonic magic, then yes, it could light a spark. The likelihood of that is very little, though. Key, is there anything else you did you come up with something, or do you want me to come back to you?
There is nothing I can do that would help either push the body or break it down without
Unless they do
setting
have
us all ablaze.
I might have something once I finish the strength check.
Yep.
That I
what'd
probably
you say?
failed, definitely.
Drawley, what'd you say?
Caleb, do you not have a high survival score with all that being a wisdom-based class?
Funny enough, the maximum I got is a +5.
That's fair.
Mm.
All right. I'll give you a second. Drawley, what about you?
I'm gonna cast True Seeing on myself, and then I'm gonna cast Haste on Sigrun.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah!
High speed.
All right. Coming
Very
back
fast.
around to ask Vormorn, did you think of what you wanted to do? Unfortunate.
I was thinking about using like Eldritch Blast, like a blowtorch, but I'm like, even if I could, it might cause a spark breaking through it.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm only thinking now. It's like, would anybody have like a kind of water
I-
spell?
Okay.
I might have an alternative. I just need to know more information.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm getting to it. And then lastly, Key, just coming back around to you. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'll help Lucius in determining it's dead because my medicine's higher.
Okay. Give me a medicine check as well then.
If you say that, now you roll lower. I'm just saying. There you go.
27.
All right. So Key, as you, or let's start with Lucius. Lucius, as you look it up and down, the creature is definitely dead. You don't see anything of its chest rising. It doesn't seem to react as you walk over and start looking about its body. It's too calm for it to be living. Key, as you look it up and down, you determine that it has been dead for years. This creature is probably the only thing that was keeping it. The only thing that was probably working on it, from what you as you look it over, looking down its mouth as the mouth is still held open, is it looks like it had a magical spell to keep it igniting its mouth to use it as a furnace. Otherwise, the creature's been dead for a good few years. You're not exactly sure what, but you'd guess at least 5 to 10, roughly. Sigrun, as you go to pull this this nail out of the ground, kind of hefting with all your strength, it does not budge.
Yeah. So the nails are like in the rock, like in the ground, like they are fully cemented in, correct?
I can mold earth the rock if you want.
I was gonna say mold earth, or I was thinking I know my elementals can move through, and though I don't think they can disturb the stone, could they theoretically go under the earth and help like push the nails out? If I were
the nail's
to summon
not
them.
stuck in stone, then yeah.
Can I investigate the metal as well? I mean,
Sure.
I know
Yeah,
I
go for
dealt
it.
with like different beasts and stuff in the past, but so what would that roll be?
Key should be confused. If you're investigating the metal, so are you trying to figure out what kind of metal it is, or are you just trying to see if it's
I'll do that.
craftable?
Yeah.
If you're trying to see what type of metal it is, it's nature. If you want to see if it's actually got any like weak points on the chain, or if there's any obvious like melted marks from where it was welded together, go ahead and give me investigation.
Would I get advantage from my background, or?
What's your background?
Oh, I come from the ironworking.
Yes, you would. Yeah, go ahead and I'll give you an advantage. Yes, because you're from Stone Fort. I forgot.
19.
19. Okay, and then Vormorn.
That's a 5. I don't know where this metal is.
Yeah, Vormorn, as you look up and down, you find no real weaknesses in the weld either. Lucius, as you look the metal up and down, you're pretty sure this material seems to be some sort of a mix of, let me pull it up, some sort of blue-like, or red-like lyrium, and a bunch of, for the main metal, looks to be a overpowered dark iron with magic infused into it. Dark iron being some iron that sucks light out of the surrounding area.
Gotcha.
And red lyrium, you're not familiar enough with to know what it does. You know what normal lyrium is, and it is used in potion making to restore spell slots, basically.
We have an alchemist in the party.
It's also highly addictive, just as I mentioned. You do. You do have an alchemist in the party.
But can I start molding the earth out of the way of the where the chains are in the ground?
Yes. So for what you can gather from one spike, will take you about approximately 3 days, assuming they're not cracked into stone, as you start molding earth.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. These were meant to hold down a great worm.
Hey, if it is easier and we just want to come back later, we could just cut off its hands and feet and just take the main body out.
Quinn walks around with their familiar and goes, No, I ordered you lot to get this out today. Technically, it was yesterday, and you just now showed up.
We are the job was given to us differently in the.
I don't care.
Freelance.
We've been ordered to have this thing removed. It's not my problem. You can either talk to your boss, but I'm not paying if this thing isn't out of here by the end of the day.
Wait, remind me what the rate was originally.
I paid 12,000 platinum pieces to that Rylos figure. He said he'd tell his company to get this thing moved out of here. Alright. He said he'd have some big purple dragonborn show up to pull it out of the ground and drag it out of here today, and he's still not here.
So the payment has already been given. Or
to your boss, yes.
Sigrun just looks at the party. Do we want to just Shit. Yeah, shit. No, Sigurd's not the type to huddle. Do we want to just skin it and go then?
I mean, skinning it'll make it easier. We'll still make it lighter. Let's start with
Yeah,
that.
do way less. We should start just skinning it.
Excuse, you are taking the whole corpse out of here. That was the agreement.
Yes, but every piece we take off will make it lighter and then easier, and we're gonna keep taking piece by piece till it's out of here.
Fine, just have it out of here by the end of the day. I'm not dealing with this creature and explaining to his lordship about why we can't get this damn dragon out of here.
Sigurd.
She turns and goes back to working.
I'm actually going to go up the large tunnel that we would drag it out and bring Tyke Harris down that way.
As you start walking it, you look on Vormorn and you can see that you can hear the ocean from the tunnel, the very large open tunnel. As you continue to walk it, about 30 minutes walking while the rest of the group continues to discuss on how they're going to deal with the dragon, you start to smell the salt in the air, and you start to notice you are on the exit of a cliff on the ocean.
Huh. And so it's kind of just, it would be, when we remove it, it would just be us dumping it into the ocean.
Correct.
For the Krakens.
That's...
They'll eat them up. They'll eat it right
As you
up.
look down, with your passive perception, you do see a couple of sharks that you note. Very common in these parts. They're called pimple sharks. They're a very dangerous shark, not because they are very strong, but because of the disease that they carry with their entire body, and they have been known to kill even, demigods with the diseases that they have. They seem to be circling down below.
Oh. Yeah, very good.
Sigurd.
Vormorn says this casually looking down at the water. Rocks stumbling down the water, hitting it, watching the sharks jump into the air about halfway up, biting as these creatures are the size of an average-sized man.
Sigurd. Once he gets back, Sigurd would just kind of gesture for a group huddle and be like, "Look, I'm not doing for another group who definitely just scammed this lady. So I say we skin it and we go."
I will return.
Yeah. As you return, and the group kind of
I'm
goes.
not really interested in trying to maneuver this thing.
Yes, yeah. Or they could say it's to make it lighter, which isn't a lie, so we're not lying, but yes. Question, because Sigrun has had experience, not with diamond dragons, but fighting dragons and worms and stuff in the past. Would cutting these scales with her axe cause any kind of sparks, at all?
You
it's a crystal
don't,
dragon, right?
You don't know. So the dragons you have dealt with and fought have mostly been metallic and chromatic. This is a gemstone based great worm that was crystal the last time you saw it. Now is made of diamond. So your guesstimation is roughly, if you think you can spark a diamond, you're probably gonna spark it by slashing at this.
You can definitely spark a diamond.
The issue is I don't think my axe will be great. It's not a very sparkable metal, but this is a very...
Now, are we trying to
harsh.
save the skin or just cut through it?
The goal is to at least get scales, is it not? As many scales as we can get, especially if...
So, to, properly cut diamond, you need diamond, although it doesn't mean it ain't, breakable. Well, you could use, maybe blunt weapons to smash it, although it probably ain't gonna be worth much after that.
If it's made of actual diamond, it'll still have the... But it just wouldn't sell good as diamond dragon scale. Plus, I'm also very interested breath sac and other organs it might have, assuming they haven't gone bad.
Oh, well, you said it was, dead a year?
I did not say anything about it. The lady said several years, I guess, but we also heard it screaming in the fight, so...
I assume... Actually, but did Lucius relay what the chains were made of?
Yes. Yeah,
okay, cool.
So, the lyrium... I assume this red lyrium, seeing as lyrium regenerate spell slots maybe kept this beast magically preserved. So I mean, we can assume that maybe since it isn't rotted, that stuff's
well.
still decent.
Do I have just a cigarette? Is there I assume with a creature this big, or like small parts in which the scales, like where they touch, where there's a little bit of exposed skin, right? If it's anything like a reptile.
As you look about the dragon, you notice that great worms, unlike reptiles, they basically embody their element, and therefore their scales become almost completely their flesh, i.e. meaning that their flesh is as strong as diamond.
Okay, I was gonna try to test to see if it's still bled, but it was probably preserved. But if it's
On
that's
an
the
ancient
case-
dragon, you would an ancient gemstone dragon that would there are definitely going to be spots where you'll find that, but with a great worm that won't be the case, and that would be the same for any type of great worm.
If we don't have any magic or proper weapons to skin it here, then I'm afraid to admit, if we want to get the money for this, which I do,
We'd
our
have to get
best
the heavy
bet is
machinery.
to at least. I was going to say at least move the body out of, because I could go the ham and at least get to something, but these blasting diamonds are really sort of an issue.
So damn, it's dead, right? It's very
Correct.
dead.
Yeah.
Would disintegrate start breaking down the body at this point since it's been dead for so long?
It would dissolve anything that wasn't stronger than the disintegrate spell. Yes.
I was like, 'cause I could disintegrate off the limbs held by the chains.
You could also disintegrate the chains.
I mean, they might be magic resistant.
Disintegrate specifies non-magical. For actually.
It's dark iron with magic.
Well, also
running
keep in
through it.
mind, so the lyrium's
Yes.
probably pumping magic into the dragon
Yeah.
to keep it working as the forge as it was dead. So I'm gonna assume it's still got magic in it.
Key walks back to rejoin the group, back around from the face of the dragon after staring at it for a little while, and walks over to rejoin you lot.
Hello.
Do you
Usually, like
magic
cuffs
person?
and chains have like a keyhole to like unlock or lock it. I assume this is not the case with this kind of stuff
Nope,
here.
it's just two pins in the ground holding a chain in between them that holds the creature down by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
it
so
was
is it,
not meant to ever release this thing.
So it's like holding the head down, like the neck.
There are multiple chains in a sense. So it's two spikes basically with a chain connecting the two that seems to have been melted together. And as it seems like there's around 7 links of this kind of holding down the dragon in different sections. As Key looks back and says, yes, boar friend, I'm a magic turtle.
Yes, you and magic. You don't have any magic that would be good for molding earth moving things or like disenchanting the spell, the chains, do you?
My specialization of magic tends to be of fire and radiant.
That is very bad for this scenario.
Yeah, this is the third time.
Just to give us more information, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not sure if this will do anything, but I'll cast augury.
Okay.
What's the option you're gonna
If my pickaxe will explode. So I do have a magic pickaxe.
First, alright, Key, you wanted to use augury.
Yes.
Remind me what that does.
You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses the following possible omens: wheel, woe, or nothing. Wheel is good, woe is bad.
And what are you trying? What are you planning to do in the next 30 minutes?
Do we have any means of potentially getting this thing out and getting this job done?
I was gonna ask DM how long it would take with Move Earth. It's a much higher level Earth moving spell.
A day per spike, assuming they're not stuck in stone at all. which you can almost, as you look about, you can almost guarantee each of them are. There's no way this dragon was held down easily. So,
So is that wheel?
The Earth
Whoa,
Elementals-
wheel and whoa?
well, I'm waiting for Key to explain an actual plan they're planning to take, because that wasn't really a plan. That was, do we have anything we're doing? I need an actual, hey, we're planning to do this. This is what I plan to do in the next 30 minutes, and then I will give you your answer. So,
I'm gonna need a minute.
yeah, no worries.
Work
Take
carefully.
your minute. That's fine. You don't cast the spell unless you get
say-
the effect, so you're fine. Go ahead, Sigrun. what's up?
I was gonna say, just like out of character, I don't know how to like fully help, but I could have the Earth Elementals, the two of them, helping to like lift the chain as you mold the Earth. I don't know if that'll speed things up or not. They're fairly strong, but Sigrun could also like be pulling on the chain. I don't know if it'll reduce the time by a lot, but it might.
Yeah. Vormorn, what were you saying?
No, I was also just curious if my detect magic had anything, like, you know, the chains.
Yes.
If there's any magic.
So you do sense magic coming from the chains themselves. Give me a second. Let me pull up the detect magic spell, because it's been a little while since I've had to read it. So that one I always like to have. There we go. All right. So you do feel a faint magical aura coming from each of the chains themselves, as well as the spikes going into the ground, but not whatever's at the end of the spikes, i.e. meaning they're not stuck into magical rocks or anything of the sort that you can tell. The dragon itself is still giving off the presence of magic. And as far as what school, you do recognize the spell, the school of magic on the chains is necromancy. The school of magic that you sense in general around you, give me 1 second, is, let me pull up the name of this fucking spell. Evocation. You sense a large evocation coming from someone amongst your party mates. Some sort of very large evocation spell. But otherwise, those are the only two faint signatures of magic you get. Oh, and you do get a faint signature from Quinn that her familiar is a familiar. The creature that looks like a hyena is a familiar that she's walking around with as she's writing things down.
Gotcha. Does anybody have, like, Dispel Magic?
I used it like 3 times last fight.
Gotcha.
What was
Can we
this?
just... Is it possible to Dispel Magic the chains?
I'll use most of my lower level spell slots if I could even succeed. Because I'd have to do every separate chain.
Well, couldn't you just do
Isn't there only the two?
chain that's attached to
7.
the spike?
I can try.
Because then, at least at that point, you'd only have to use up 2 if you, depending on the level of the spell, against the chains, and then we could just move the dragon.
Okay. Alright, I'll try to dispel the chains.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright,
I
well,
believe in you.
give me 1 second. Boom. Pull up something here. Alright. And you're gonna cast it at 3rd level, assumedly?
Yeah, we'll start at 3rd.
The detect magic, Vormorn, you feel as the spell on the chain dissipates. I will also mention, Vormorn, you also suddenly sense a very large 10th level spell being starting up right underneath the dragon's body.
That's right.
That's
Everyone
necromancy.
Let's
Okay.
go!
I am casting haste on myself now, and I'm out.
Yeah, if Sigrun's still
Wait, we gotta
hasted,
get
she
outta
will
here.
be going.
No,
She'll be
sorry.
fucking booking it.
Haste on you ended a while ago. We've been here too long.
Yeah, Durali starts
that's-
sprinting out at top
Sigrun
speed,
can
followed
bonus
by Vormorn.
action and action dash. She can
Sigrun
get
goes
outta here.
charging out. Lucius and Key, I assume, are you two going to follow as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Lucius
I'm
starts
getting-
rushing.
Not fighting a great worm.
Key as well. Yeah,
Not
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm moving as fast as I can with 300 pounds.
We gotta move!
As Key's the last in the back, slowly jogging their way up the stairs with the very heavy weight of equipment.
Fucking shell.
The mountain elf looks about and goes, "What are you talking about?" And as you all continue on, Key, you are the only one as you at the very back as you see the great worm starts to stand up.
Right now, you're supposed to go to the feast.
And you hear Quinn just go, "I don't get paid enough for this," as the dragon roars out, causing the entire cave, as well as the pathway up to shake, the dirt kind of falling through. And as you all continue to run, Key, you hear the wet splat of something in the distance coming from back in the room, as all of you then suddenly start to hear the chains thunk out as they start to slam against the ceiling, causing the entire thing to shake. Who wants to give me a d20 roll for fun?
Me.
Sure,
See how many
Dorali.
glass diamonds get knocked down?
Yeah, let's find out.
3.
All right. I don't have enough dice for that roll, so give me a minute. I'm gonna have.
So who wants to go on a good old teleport trip again?
You know, I was about to say. Actually,
down.
let me know where you're gonna go. I'll catch up.
You hear as the explosion starts to shake the ground. I need dex saves from everyone at disadvantage for Key, who's in the back, and at advantage to Dorali at being at the front.
Well, would running have had a chance to rage while running?
Would you rage while running?
Yeah, if I knew a Great War was coming to life, Sigrun would 100%.
Oh yeah, you'd have
raged
plenty of time to
Okay.
rage.
So that should be giving me advantage on the dex save.
Okay, out.
Thank fuck, because my dex save
just
is
remember,
not great.
all you folks have a +3 around me.
Okay.
I don't think I'm near y'all. Y'all dash.
Key does. You get 18, Key. You will still get it.
Okay.
3, you said? You
Yep.
said Cook +3?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be an 18 for me.
Yeah, 18 here as well.
Yeah, 17.
Hey!
17.
How many people
Got
got an
decent
18?
roll.
And Lucius?
15.
Okay. As you all barely manage to keep your feet, Lucius almost getting knocked over, you all continue to run, and as you look back, you can feel and suddenly see the heat of the explosion as a large crystal-like piece seems to come flying up the room, and as all of you come running out, Dorali managing to jump forward first, Sigrun barely managing to get out as well. Key, you find yourself suddenly getting shoved by this giant diamond scale from the Great Worm as it starts to pick up pace, catching Lucius and then Vormorn and shoving you all out of the hole. And as it gets caught on the entrance, launching you into the air as you land about 5 or 10 feet further towards the barn. Ticarius neighs and then comes out shaking his head.
Hey there, boy.
As you land in a pile of moss and greenery. As you stand up, wiping yourself off with the mud that was there, he kind of comes walking over to you lot and just continues to shake his head back and forth.
I am curious now that the Great Worm is now alive. Is there anything different about that belt?
The belt does not change.
Okay.
I will say, Dorali and Sigrun, you did just watch your friends get launched out and can now see the large diamond-like object now blocking the tunnel way back down. As Key looks back at it.
Oh, so they're stuck in there?
No, they're outside with you all. They just got launched
okay.
out on this thing as if it was a large flat disc.
Oh, I guess I'll check on them, see how they're doing.
That'll stretch you out in the morning.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've been through worse. I've been bucked off on some worse Broncos.
Are you bad enough to need a potion, or are you good?
I'm fine. I then reach into my bag of monstrous 5 items to see if anything broke.
As you look about, the one pencil that you had that was shaped to look like Tictric in his first form has snapped in half.
Yeah.
He begins to cry, staring at it.
Do you not have the mending spell?
No, that's They're a cleric.
Yes.
You don't
Oh.
You do?
And then mend it. And
Oh
mend
my
it.
God.
It comes back together, but you can see the clear mark where it had split.
Oh my god, that's
It's no
great.
longer.
It's no longer in pristine condition. Its value has diminished greatly.
It's only in normal condition.
Oh. What am I gonna
You
tell
can't
my
reseal that
husband?
packaging now, can you?
Mormon,
Wait, did
shut
you just say
up!
husband? Are you married?
Yes. His name is
Alright,
Rad.
well.
At least you didn't break the Tick Drick pedicure machine.
I checked that real quick.
It's still in perfect condition.
It was limited edition.
It's still
God,
not even out of the
shit,
box. The
it's
box
weird.
is even in mint condition.
Alright,
What did
how
I
do we go
miss? I
back
just
to the...
cut out.
You know what? Let's just go to the market. Let's get a map. Let's go fight some robots or freaking fanatic people.
Keep puts the box away.
All you
I-
missed was us making fun of Tick Drick for liking feet.
Have a
I am-
David.
I am very sad we didn't get to skin the thing, but I just can't be bothered to.
As
So-
you all are kind of like standing and looking at this, you see Rylos kind of walking through the forest, not trying to hide himself in the slightest, as he is stepping on every branch that could crack as he's walking through. Kind of comes walking into the clearing you guys are in and goes, "Huh. So that's where you all went. I wondered when I looked up at the in the throne room where you guys were. You guys gonna take that giant diamond scale right there, or you mind if
Yes.
okay.
You can have it.
No, he
No.
cannot. No, he cannot. We almost died to get that thing. He's got 12,000 platinum. Also, it is alive, so if you were hoping to get back to it to make more money off of it, you'll have to kill it first.
Wait. Oh,
That's
did you
why I
guys?
was gonna let him have it.
Oh, did you guys fall for my trick? I did that in case my boss showed up. And he starts laughing and chuckling as he walks over calmly. He goes, "No, that you sensed a 10th level necromancy spell, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so the spell it's a illusionary magic. It's a spell I made. It makes it look like whatever spell I'm casting, it makes it look 9 levels higher. And that was just a first level animate roar spell that I had created to make it sound like a dragon was roaring.
Then what's with the diamond scale that fired off?
Wait.
Insight.
Go ahead and give me an insight check. And
Yeah, I don't
Durali, you
believe
wouldn't have
it.
seen it if it was under the body. Because you can't see
mean, it's-
through things. You just, you can see the truth. So if there was an
Either
illusion
way,
hiding it, yeah.
I am using Mulder to dig out the scale.
Alright. That'll take you a few minutes.
So what caused the explosion?
What dice for this?
Oh,
The Bumble.
you guys that's what the shaking was. You probably set off the diamonds when if you dispelled those chains. They're set up to basically pop out once they're dispelled, and so they launch out with some velocity. That's why I hadn't messed with them yet. It's kind of come up with a reason to how to stop them from blowing up the diamonds. That Quinn chick, she's a real sweetheart.
Fuck.
She's been took the job voluntarily, got a real high pay for it to help out the local orphanage for some of the local tabaxi around here that had lost their clan. Real sweetheart of a friend of mine.
I hope she made it out, right?
What do you mean?
Well, she was in there.
And you left her down there.
Well, I said when
We
it
kinda
happened,
got
I
forced
said
to push
everybody
out.
run, and she said she doesn't get paid enough for this. And that's all.
Shit.
23 insight to see if he's telling the truth about any of this. The Quinn being his friend, the spell being fake, and the reason the diamonds falling being art stuff. Like, all
And
of it.
What was the roll? What was it?
23.
He seems to be telling you the truth. You have no reason to believe he's not.
I
Oh.
don't. That wording makes me think I just didn't get a high enough roll, but
He
she's
always
just like,
said insight rolls. He says the same wording every time.
listen. There's a reason I don't trust it. Well, I don't know if it was. We didn't. I don't think we actually managed to dispel the chains. Maybe we did. I don't know if it was that or the roar, or what. But yeah, we did tell her to run. Wasn't close enough to grab her to begin with.
I can't really grab anyone.
To be fair, I also said to start running before we started running. She just stood there.
She might. We can if the dragon's not really alive and we remove the scale, we can go check.
You know, the pigs collapsed.
I have a faster way down there. You guys have done enough. I'll continue. He kind of turns and starts walking off. He just looks at Key and goes, "You can go shove your faith right up your ass," and turns and continues walking.
Well, that's not nice.
As he just kind of goes stomping off.
He does realize that he had just like told us what he was doing. He wasn't the fuck to shit. I just throwing that up there.
Durali, as
at least...
the conversation finishes, you manage to get the rest of the molder. The scale's not deeply stuck. It just looks like it caught on some awkward rocks, and as you move everything around, it seems to come out. The scale is 6 foot tall and about 4 feet wide, with about 2 feet in thickness.
How much does it weigh?
Give me a minute. And it is a total of 400 pounds.
I can carry that easy.
Just to keep track for my own
I could
notes.
drag it even easier. So yeah, if Durali clears it out, Sigrun will go up and just like, oh, need help with this? And pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume it'd be like unwieldy though. Like, yeah, you're probably good enough to carry, but it's like very wide, probably hard to grip.
Sigrun, in your normal form, it is pretty thick, but as you get it, you grab it, pull it up. It's definitely not something you're gonna charge into battle with, but I mean, it's like carrying a giant rock.
I mean, the idea is we'd carry it into town to sell it here, wouldn't we? She could, and if need be, she can like drag it or carry it throughout. But
we could probably sell it to that gem guy.
I imagine he would want this. This is very much a high quality gem.
Yeah,
if the blast diamonds did enough to do anything to the dragon, it might be the only scale surviving. Probably not, but
I will say, as you are having this conversation, seconds go by, you start to hear roots snapping and curling in the distance, like trees kind of cracking. And then the entirety of the ground starts to shake slightly, and a loud explosion coming from the center, or back towards town, and a large poof of brown, like dust, smoke, goes flying into the air, just expanding out until the ground stops shaking a few moments later.
I'm gonna go scout ahead. I'm gonna hop on Tycharis.
I can just teleport us to town.
Do you think there's a chance those blast diamonds exploding that maybe whoever they maybe stashed it in a place that's exploded?
You know, it could have been a chain reaction. It's very possible.
Could also be that, completely unrelated.
Okay, well, talking's not going to solve anything.
Durali, just bring us there.
We were talking while we were teleporting. Just like...
Yeah, I'll teleport us. Fuck it.
As everyone gets around, holding hands, Durali activates the teleportation. Durali, you teleport where you assume town is. And as you look 100 feet below the clear sky that you are currently standing in, as you take a moment to realize that you just teleported into the thin air, you see the city completely sunken into the ground and collapsed in on itself.
I cast fly on everybody.
Instantaneously, as you all start to feel the senses of gravity pulling you down, immediately wings sprout out of you. Sorry, Vormon?
I was gonna be like, I'm okay.
He's on Tycharis. I'm not casting fly on you. You have a flying mount.
Thank you.
Tycharis just stands there, neighing.
So I think the chain reaction thing is a good theory.
Alright,
So again, why would you have a tunnel leading from blast diamonds to blast diamonds?
Durali is silent, just staring.
Durali, as you look down, give me a perception check.
Should
No,
we
I'm not
check
very
for
perceptive.
survivor?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going down.
17, Durali?
Yep.
As you look down, you start to spot some of the shopkeep, some of the apprentices, the locals you know, and they are all corpses.
All right, come on, cleric. Time for some spare the dying. Let's go. Let's move.
Yeah, we got
All
we
right,
got time.
time to
We
go.
got
Yeah,
time.
I'm gonna swoop in.
As you all start rushing down, Durali, are you following or are you staying in the air?
I'm going to fly down. Yeah.
As you all start to rush down, you start to hear strange voices as you land onto the ground, looking about. It is awkwardly silent for a moment, and then just suddenly, as soon as you notice, sound starts to pick up, and these strange black cloaked figures, wearing skulls for masks. All each carrying what looks to be a bag of holding that has been expanded out very wide and looks to be the same size as a person, as almost 100 of these people, all the different sizes, start just showing up out of the darkness and the shadows and start picking up people's bodies and disappearing with them.
Hey, no. I need those.
As you run over, Key, one of them stops and goes, "According to our Lord, all the dead must be taken to the afterlife."
But they're not dead. I touched the corpse and cast Spare the Dying.
It's
As
not
you
dead.
do, Key, you suddenly feel your entire body start to rot. And it starts to, this extreme pain starts to go throughout your entire corpse. And suddenly you find yourself standing on the beach, seeing your god once more, and seeing them being almost hung by a very thick rope. Now, right in front of your eyes as this nice beach becomes darker and filled with corpses and bones, as you see the Lord of Death himself walk down, and he looks at you as this large, skinny lich wearing this black cloak, carrying a long metallic staff that is twisted and gnarled, with a red orb floating at the tip of it, and he walks over. The presence of death surrounding you, Key, and you just hear in your ears, "Do you want your god to die?"
I would very much appreciate it if you did not do that. But these people were dear to my friend, and I do not want to see them go.
Death is a law you clerics will learn to respect, or I will kill your gods. Understand that. And as he finishes that, you feel a slight burning on your ear, or where you're near your ear hole, on the side of your head, and a lit. For those who don't, Key doesn't see this, for those who look now, on the side of their right side of their head is a little mark of a skull and crossbones that has been burned into their flesh that they don't even feel or notice. Key, as you find yourself suddenly back, still staring at the body, the spell not going off, the person politely waiting for you to remove your hand.
I thought there was like a 1-minute time limit as well that you are allowed to. Or is that not the case?
The
anymore?
God of Death made a law.
Well, yeah, Hunter. The law from what DMs to do, I bring it was like a few seconds.
Nope, you cannot bring the dead back to life. That is the law decided.
I slowly take back my hand and just slowly turn to Durali with a sadness on my face.
You see,
Well-
you turn back to look, and Durali is not there.
Durali!
Don't pay attention to the dead then. Start trying to find the ones that are still alive and heal. No time to talk. Go.
Yeah,
Fine.
Sigrun's still looking.
All right.
Um,
Everyone, give me perception checks, including Durali, with advantage for Durali, since this is her hometown.
Do I get advantage as well?
Yes, because you can sense Fey Fiend or Undead, correct?
That and my smell.
Yes, due to your Fey Fiend and Undead, you would start to be able to get advantage on your perception.
Well, both rolls were 19, so 27.
27, okay. 35,
6
19,
Fields casual 35. Yeah.
16, yeah. And 20. All right. So, Key, as you start looking about, running about, you are the first to notice as you're looking both for Durali and looking for people. There As you kind of start darting in between buildings, one after another, you look about and you find no living people. Every shop you visit seems to have someone perfectly impaled in some grotesque, almost art, somewhat attention-seeking manners. As you look about, and as you exit finally out of one of the shops that you last visited, you see Durali climbing through the magical bauble shop from earlier, digging around, almost slightly panicked looking in the distance.
I run over to her and start helping removing the rubble.
As you rush over, Key, you see Durali's not even paying attention to the corpse of the merchant stuff to the side, but is rather digging through the magical box full of items.
Durali is muttering, "Item that ends the world. Item that ends the world. Can't let it break. Can't let it break."
Durali, what are you talking about?
You were there. The Pocket Galaxy.
Oh, the pocket. True.
Can't let that break. World will end.
As you all both are digging about with Durali and Key's perception, you both find a letter that dictates a note of sale to one Rylos.
You son of a... Okay.
Why is Rylos? Why do I feel like Rylos is gonna become like a big bad for some reason?
Yes, the big bad, the level 9 big bad. Yes.
You'll kill him.
I mean, with all the money he supposedly had, keeping secrets from the Monstrous Five.
I think I can kill him in one shot.
But alright, as you two start digging, Lucius, as you start looking about, your senses start to go off left and right as fiends are appearing all around. You start to sense them near. As you look about, seeing people who are on their wits' end, with your abilities, you can physically see these weak fiends appearing where normal folks wouldn't be able to even recognize their presence, trying to offer deals to those who are dying.
All right.
Would you like to do anything, Lucius?
Or are they still alive currently?
Most seem to be like just in bad shape, looking desperate and in fear.
I will.
Don't lead the way.
Goddamn.
All right. How many of them are around me currently?
With your score, you spot about 7 different tabaxi, varying in different sizes, all within about 20 feet of you throughout the various buildings. Within the time you have, you think you can probably save 2 of them if you have to physically go to to each location.
Would I have 10 minutes?
Before they make a deal, probably not, but if you can get them all to stop, you might be able to. They don't look bad enough to be dying, just like they're scared because their town just literally fell 100 feet into the ground.
Gonna yell out to some of them that are closer to me. I think I can save some of you.
You hear the resounding voices start to call off, and the fiends start to dissipate one after another from all of them.
Shout your locations! We are on the way!
I just rolled a nat 20 on there for the perception check on the citizens. So I hear you. You
Nice.
literally lucked out, yeah.
So 6 of them that are within 30 feet of me. Lucius is going to take a knee and start to pray. I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay. You start to feel your magic go out, and you feel a strange drain from your body for a moment as the prayers go out. Feel free to roll.
Okay. Well, 5 hit points.
Okay.
I rolled off.
Thankfully, most peasants only have a total of 8. So as you start to heal them one after another, they seem to. You hear a rubble moving amongst where 6 of them were, and 3 of them seem to go help the 7th, pulling them out and start to kind of walk towards the decent, somewhat rough ramp that was created during the fall. Back up to the top, and they start kind of following a main road as the entire area continues to kind of rumble slightly.
It sounds like it doesn't really matter, but it was actually 4d8 at that level, so it was an extra 10 health there.
Oh, okay. Well, then they are perfectly filled up, and that will speed up, and it does actually matter. Okay. Continue on. Sigrun, with your 19, as you start looking about, you start kind of watching where the people in the robes are going, and as you follow them, start looking for corpses of either family members of some sort, something easily recognizable as a family house, so that you can go in and grab people. And after a while, you find a small, larger manor-like house. That you see a couple of mountain elves being pulled out of by the folks, as a bunch of screaming from inside, and you can hear really shrill screamings, while the black-robed folks continue to stand outside just waiting, not really doing anything.
It's the screaming of people alive.
Yeah, screaming of people that sound like they're alive. It sounds almost
Sigrun
feminine or childish.
She has potions she's ready to put on Survivor, so if she hears Survivor, she's gonna go in.
Yeah, as you charge in, you rush in, breaking through the 2 doors as they fall to the sides of you. You see on the walls the painting of different mountain elf women, and then you see finally one at the very end where the children seem to all be kind of huddling in a corner next to a painting of the mountain elf woman you saw earlier, named Gwendolyn, and her little what do you call it? Her little hyena called Horatio. And it says underneath on the title, as you run by, just catching it at a glimpse, greatest donator and assistant to the orphan cause of the Tabaxi lands. But as you rush over, you see just almost 12 children aging roughly between 5 and 10 years old, all really small, and from different clans that seem to be kind of huddling about. They don't look scratched or injured, just scared. As the building around you is somewhat collapsing.
Charges in this big boar woman. Probably does not make the children less anxious, but she just looks around. Adrenaline left over from the rage, fire still in her veins, and just hand, so if a beam falls, she'll be ready. Looks at the children and says, "I know it is scary, but you must be brave. Come with me. I will get you out of here.
Give me a
If any of you are injured, tell me now, and you will be healed." I'll roll. What's a good persuasion die? I don't have great persuasion. I'm a very scary. I'm gonna have to just forcefully pick up 12 children casually.
Channel your inner Durali. Come on.
Alright, what'd you get, Sigrun?
Wait, hang on. Was that... okay, that's... I technically rolled, but I think the dice got caught on something. Because it just stopped. Would you allow...
Yeah, cock die.
Should I count that? Okay, because, there's... Okay, I'm gonna roll somewhere else on the desk. There's, a dent in it that I didn't notice before. It just, suddenly stopped on a nat 1, and I'm like, okay, there's no way.
No, you're good as far as a cock die is my roll.
Okay, 16 minus 1, 15.
Man, my rolls are on fire tonight. One of the children kind of looks up at you and goes, "Are you my mommy?"
No, but I am here to help you.
And he kind of looks back at the rest of the children, and the kid shakes his head, and the children all kind of start screaming at you to leave them alone.
Should have just said yes.
You should have just said yes.
Do you need mothers? I'm sure there will be many mothers who have lost their children and need more.
Hey, Raleigh, best mother.
All of the children start crying at that.
Oh my god.
You're making it worse, Maya.
Just say you're their mother and take them out of there.
Has a -1 intelligence and a -1 charisma. Okay, how close are they to like a window or a door?
Not at all. They're all huddled in one of the stronger corners where a support beam seems to be somewhat cracked, but holding up the roof still.
Okay. Yeah, still keeping her hand up to like. Okay, we're outside the orphanage, just brain-wise, yes, or like safer than most areas. Like, what's it like?
I mean, there's nothing collapsing outside. As long as they don't run into any buildings, they should be fine.
The best I could do if my persuasion failed is to scare the children out of the building. So I think Sigrun summoning her inner soldier. She's not used to handling children, but she is used to giving orders. Kind of like puffs up her full size and goes, "There is no time for this. You will march out of here now, and you will get out, or I will bring you with me." While she's like muscles bulging, holding the beam, like ready for it to fall, and she just fucking points at the door with authority.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, what's my intimidation? Okay, this'll be. That was a really good roll. That was not better. Okay, so an 18 plus 11 and 29.
The eldest of the children, who looks to be somewhat like a young teenager or maybe even a preteen, kind of looks up at you. This dark blackened fur with bright yellow eyes, standing only about a foot tall, looks up at you and goes, "All right, fine," and they all start like marching out one by one. Give me
Any who look.
Yes.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if there's any that look really injured, like if there's any with clear blood, she would hand them just a regular healing potion on their way out.
No, as you look
If
them
not,
over,
then-
they all look fine.
Okay.
However, as they all climb out, the eldest again looks back at you and goes, "What about the ones in the basement?"
I thank you for your tip, and she just goes fucking sprinting.
As you rush in, coming around, you see a doorway on the other side of the room, opposite where the children were, that looks to be blocked by a couple of pews, that looks to go somewhere. It's the only doorway out in this entire building that you can see, other than the front door.
Oh, okay. So there's like no clear. Is there like any part that has already collapsed that might be hiding the basement door?
No, it looks like just the two pews that are blocking that one door at the back of the building, and then the front door. Those are the only two ways down or to be around the area.
But there are outdoor doors that
Yes.
lead to basement. So she's gonna just like charge through the door that's like move the pews, open it, and like look for a way to the basement.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Alright, can do. And if I fail the first time, she'll enter rage and try again. But let's see what I do on this first one. That fucking fell. My god. Alright. That is... God, I keep getting right on the cusp of 20s. That would be a 15.
15. As you start pulling
Yes.
the pews, throwing them off left and right, opening up the door, you look down and you just see a horrific sight of rubble, different chunks of wood, and what looks to be the sight of an impaled tabaxi child. There's no way
Are they
down.
still alive?
They are not. They look to be completely, looks like their entire center is missing, as a board went right through them, and it looks like the stone from down below is piled up high enough to have clogged any sort of basement. So if there was someone down there, you'd assume they did not make it.
Sigrun will still go down, and like with one arm will be like gingerly picking up the child's body, and
Okay.
I'll give respects probably in a second when she gets the time, and she's gonna start like trying to move some of the rocks just to get an opening, so that way there's a potential for air to get in. And she will go, "If there is anyone alive, make a sign, and I will get you. This might be your last chance."
Nothing. You hear nothing.
I heard dice. I don't like that. Can I perception check
Sure.
at
Go ahead.
all?
Give me
Just
yeah.
to
Give
see
me,
if maybe I hear like wheezy breathing or something.
The question is someone listening, or did he just roll that to mess with you?
sure. Go ahead. And give me a
I
perception
don't
check.
fucking know. Oh, that's yeah, 26.
You hear nothing. Just the groans
I guess
of the wood
Sigrun-
and the stone moving.
Yeah, moves a few of the stones, realizes like she doesn't hear any. There's probably more pressing matters, and she'll just exit with the impaled child's body. If she doesn't see where her friends are, she will just like kind of stand at the orphanage, like to supervise the kids outside, but also out of view so they don't like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she'll just stand to the side. She's not planning to like flash the child corpse to them, but also with mentality in her upbringing, I don't think she's thinking to hide it. So she's just like off to the side
Okay.
with the child's body to bury at a better time, and is just looking over the children. And if any of the robe people fuck with the children, she is gonna she's
Okay.
gonna intervene in some way, shape, or form.
All right. Yeah. They as you kind of start coming out, they seem to clear out of the area themselves, moving on to other buildings as they just kind of leave you there. The children themselves, as you come out, you can see them heading. They seem to be going up the main road, back that seems to curve up onto what is where the land kind of sunk in on itself. And you can see a couple other survivors kind of heading up that direction as well, limping and such. So they seem to have left you behind, not really paying any notice.
Yeah,
to you.
if they're evacuating themselves, that's what Sigrun wants. So
Okay.
she's just like keeping an eye out for the party.
All right. Vormorn, with your perception from earlier, as you look about, starting to rush through, you see the blue scales sparkling in the distance near the castle of your what you assume to be the fellow named Rylos. As you rush about, you see your friends kind of all split up, going in different directions. But with your perception, you don't catch any living beings that catch your attention that they're not already helping.
So you said Rylos has the blue scale?
Yes. No, I said Rylos. You catch a glimpse of his blue scales. Rylos is a blue-scaled dragonborn.
Gotcha. So Rylos is just leaving, or
you see him off in the distance, heading towards the castle at the center to the fall.
I want to follow him sneakily.
Okay. You going to go into the ethereal plane, or are you just gonna stealth check?
Yep, I'll go into the ethereal plane, but just to be certain, I'll also sneak in the ethereal plane.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
That'll be a 24.
Okay. Yeah, as you start to march through, heading into the ethereal plane with Tycheris, he keeps quiet and starts kind of very slowly walking as you both follow Rylos. As you continue down the main road, you see that Rylos seems to climb back up the very large pyramid, huffing and puffing, and you can hear him as he doesn't seem to even notice you stating, "Oh man, I really should have just stayed up here the first time I was here. I'm so tired of these fucking stairs. They call me a rogue, and yet I can't even outpace a fucking a fat human up these stairs these days. Oh, thank God there's no booby traps. I hope there's no traps. If there's a trap at the top of this, they are not paying me enough. I'm leaving." As he continues to march up. moments go by as you continue to follow him, and he gets to the top a lot faster than he did last time, as he seemed to be take his time last time. As you kind of caught on when you saw or heard Durali head further down and then Sigrun head out. It took almost like about a good 5 minutes of him walking up the stairs to get up there, where on average it was only taking you all about a minute or two to get through. But as he climbs up, he seems to go behind the throne itself and open up a magical door that seems to have been blocked from your guys' sight, and goes climbing down a wood ladder that seems to go deep down into a dark tunnel beneath the throne room itself. Do you follow? As it looks to be a very thin shaft that you will have to climb down.
Yeah, I'll get up Tycheris, pat his cheek, nod, and I'll head down.
As you continue to follow through the ethereal plane, noting you can't leave the ethereal plane, I believe, without Tycheris.
I will need Tycheris.
Yeah, as you get ready to jump off, though, he neighs and it starts just walking through the void of the dirt itself, almost ignoring its presence there. As you
good boy.
continue to follow down, and finally he comes. Rylos comes to a room, a wooden shack with childlike drawings of Tabaxi like running through a field. And as you look about, Vormorn, with your passive perception, you keep seeing little like drawings and pictures, as well as a couple of other stashes of different magical items laying about that Rylos is just kind of shoving into a bag of holding. And on the little pictures and such, you see it says Durali and Dibus Jr., friends forever, written about. As you look about these, it's definitely, you can tell this is an illusion due to the fact that you're on the ethereal plane and can see around the area. The illusion's not very strong, it's just powerful enough that anybody who doesn't have basic magical capabilities wouldn't be able to see. You can see this is definitely a very larger, wider, open room with a full vault, a full study and library set up, a very large bedroom, and a dining area that seemed to have its own magical servants that worked about. This is definitely the quarters of some sort of noble or court wizard. But as for what this person seems to only be seeing is this small little wooden hut in a dirt tunnel that has been dug out and seems to be gathering a couple of worthless pieces of junk. As he continues working about, though, he just kind of stops and looks about for a second, looks as if he's looking for something, and goes, well, shit, I guess it's not here, must be in one of the other places. I'll just keep looking for the damn thing. Can't believe they hired me to do this. He starts kind of climbing back up the ladder. Do you continue to follow him, Vormorn, or are you going to do anything?
I'm curious about this little vault.
All right. As you start following through, as you start to kind of let Rylos climb up, as he disappears into the daylight, you walk forward, and as you walk to pass through the illusion, it seems to stop you, almost as if there's a barrier.
All right. I guess I'll talk to the party about this. Don't want to get myself stuck or anything.
So you're going to turn back and head back to the party?
Yeah, we'll turn back.
All right.
I think we're good. And, maybe if anybody needs extra healing, I can throw some light hands on anyone.
All right. As you head up, climbing back, or as Tycheris basically climbs up an invisible staircase in the ethereal plane, climbing through the darkness, the last thing you see of Rylos is him running away with what looks to be a little gold statue in his hands. Like he is like smiling and waving in the air as he's jogging off happily. And as soon as he seems to get about halfway down the stairs, you see a strange portal open up. And a bear grab hold of him and pull him through as he screams for help, and the portal closes.
I assume the chaos bear that he told us about earlier was the one who probably just snagged him.
As you head out, though, you finally come out, and you see a Sigrun and Lucius seem to have met up with Durali and Key, who are coming out of the magic shop. Coming out of the ethereal plane, as you kind of come walking down, you see the hooded figures seem to have dissipated throughout and vanished, no longer showing as much movement. and it seems to be just now your group left in this hole, as the remaining survivors who are able to get out are heading already up the main road, and most are out of the hole.
Well, I mean, I'll pop out of the ethereal plane with Tycheris when I reunite with the group.
Could I go check out the jeweler's shop? See what's still there?
Yeah. As as you all meet up and start walking, Lucius kind of starts to lead you guys in off one of the side roads. And as you guys come across the main road that you recognize, you see the jeweler shop that was there earlier. And you see the bodies of the workers out front completely kind of destroyed and mangled to utter repair. It looks to be completely crushed and unable to be gathered. But as you look about, with your passive perception key, you see a note on the one of the displays that you had to your ascension. It says, "We'll pay you back never. Best of luck, Rylos."
I go and grab the note.
You all see as Key kind of jumps over the rubble and grabs the note that in their hand, bringing it over to the group.
Who owed money to
Kill
me?
this fella the next time we see him, right? Like, I don't know, but seems like a bad egg.
Raleigh just gives the flattest stare to Vormorn.
we might have a problem with that.
I would like
He
to see
appeared-
if I could find any soul stones or anything of interest.
Lucius goes into the back. Give me an investigation check. Go ahead, Key.
All right.
Well, we went to go and see and I was looking for dead people or dying.
Is that related to
Raleigh-
Fey Fiend or Undead?
Yes.
The Raleigh here was looking for a particular item we saw while we were shopping. One that was said to end the world. And as from what we could see, Rylos purchased it. So it seems he is now in possession of an item that will quite literally end this world.
As Key takes the... Oh, go ahead, Key.
No, I was just going to add on, I don't know if this will put a dampener in the plans of removing him from this plane, but that's something that should be known.
Yeah. Still, Sigrun, you are carrying the corpse at this point.
Yeah.
Lucius, as
Gotcha.
you look about, start digging into the back, you find gold, iron, copper, bronze, brass. The soulstone section is completely cleaned out. As you can see, the jeweler had an area specifically that was well kept, where each gemstone looks to have been held. About what you can count from the impressions of the cushioned area, about 12 of them, and they look to have all been stolen or sold.
Is the jeweler's body amongst the dead?
It is. It is extremely mangled and buried under rubble, but you can see the head of it.
I'd like to go check out the smithy. See if the smith there is alive.
As you all kind of are looking about this and thinking about this, Lucius kind of comes back out from the back of it. You see Vormorn kind of turn down the road. Is the rest of the party going to follow him, or?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
Might as well.
Might as well assess the damage along the way.
Still having a child's corpse basically on their shoulder as they're walking, carrying this. A small fella's child, to be specific. But as Vormorn continues past, you come to the smithy. You see that there looks to be a old, gruff-looking tabaxi, very similar to the actual master smith. However, he looks to be have a longer beard and looks to be even slightly wider. Still, this tiny fellas and his hammer looks to have been cracked and dented quite a bit more that he has on his back as he looks about. And he kind of, as he sees you coming over, Vormorn, he looks up at you and shakes his head no, as he continues to like stack a couple rocks on top of each other.
All right, I nod. But unless you need any healing yourself, or are you all good?
He looks up at you and goes, I am fine. The only thing I can sit with is the fact that the last few items he was looking to make were made before he passed on. And he kind of goes back to staring at the stack of 3 rocks as he just kind of sits there.
I'll go ahead and maybe kneel by the tombstone and give a prayer of farewell.
All right. As you get off of Tycharis, Tycharis kneels down on one knee slightly for a moment, then stands back up as it realizes it's too off balance to do that. Yeah, your magical pickaxe would be. Yes, is correct, Sigrun. As you take a moment kind of standing there, the older Tabaxi fellas kind of stands up and nods to you and kind of starts walking off down the main road. So you see Sigrun kind of disappears around a corner, and a few moments later comes back, the body on their shoulder gone. As Sigrun, you take a few moments of tearing at the ground with your pickaxe, and lay the body to rest, shoving the dirt back over onto it and covering it completely.
Now, if I'm correct, the items would be sent to us when they were ready, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are they ready? Like, are these the few items that are going to be finished, or?
The red dragon armor?
Yeah.
Yes, you would suddenly find it. Whoever has a bag of holding in your party would find it in their bag of holding.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who actually has the bags of holding?
I have a bag of holding.
Mine got stolen.
Yeah. Assuming Sigrun's the only one, Sigrun would suddenly find it in their inventory.
I guess I should apologize about
Fine.
What's up, Durali?
Fine.
Out of character, I'm apologizing for stealing the bag of holding.
Oh, you stole the bag of holding from Sigrun?
No. Adrian stole Robert's bag of holding.
Different character.
Yeah, different character.
All right. Well, do you mind if you check your bag for the armor I commissioned?
Oh, right. And she'll just kind of reach in.
Suddenly, red, very well ornate, scaled red leather dragon armor pulls out with gorgeous runes and such like that. Feel free to add that to your inventory, Vormorn.
Nice.
And then my ring was in there as well, right?
Yeah, as Sigrun continues, Sigrun is pulling out the armor, you watch the ring kind of clatter to the ground, dinging onto the soil.
It's gonna be a pinky ring.
As you put it on, it shrinks down to your pinky and seems to hold on tight.
Cool. I think there are other things more important than what I need this for, but we'll get to that road shortly.
As you all look about.
Deb, what would you say the approximate dead was from this situation?
Rough count, this city was at most about 10,000 on its, on the larger size, after the dragon attack. You'd probably guess around 9,000 dead.
Is Durali nearby me?
Yeah, you are all assumedly amongst a group as Sigrun comes back around the corner to rejoin you all after burying the body.
Durali for the
I'll,
last few minutes has had no emotion.
I'll look at Durali and go, well, I think your people up there could use some inspiration. I don't know if you'd like to give them a word. Or, I know you're pretty well respected by some around here.
Durali kind of sighs and then flies off.
Alright. As Key comes back around the corner as well after saying a prayer for the buried child. Durali, you go flying off towards the, I assume towards where the people are gathering at the exit to the collapse. You see the 1,000 or rough or so people gathering a crowd, many whispers, well, what would normally be whispers slowly turning into more loud talk as people try to talk over each other. And arguments start spewing amongst the crowd. They seem to start to get violent as no organization seems to be found amongst them.
Let's see, what's the loudest spell I have? What spell's gonna make them all quiet down? No. Great Restoration, no. Yeah, my 9th level big laser spell I use. How loud would that be if I could agree with it and completely destroy the tree?
Well, the obliteration of the tree, I mean, the sound would probably scare the shit out of these people after the explosion. I mean, it's pretty awkwardly quiet right now compared to the loud rumbling and the city fault collapsing in on itself. So you'd probably scare everyone enough to get their attention.
That works.
Alright, as you shoot off, a large tree just explodes, causing Vormorn, Sigrun, Lucius, and Key as you are down in the collapse. You even hear the massive sound of the tree snapping, causing many of you, everyone but Key, due to their passive perception being so fucking high. If I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of you don't notice that it's a tree here, but as Key manages to catch on the sound of the obliterating tree, the rest of you, it sounds like the ground getting ready to collapse in on itself once again, causing you to kind of panic and look about slightly. As the sound dissipates and nothing seems to happen after a moment goes by, you all continue looking about the town, looking for anything of use or any information you can find. Durali, as we pop back over to you, you look down, the crowd is all staring up at you now, wondering what the hell just happened.
Now that you're all done bickering like children, we can actually figure out what to do from here on out.
You hear one Tabaxi go, "Hey, you're a fucking child!"
First of all, no. No, I'm not. I'm just a fellas.
No
So
one
rude.
cares about you! Another member of the crowd says.
Sigrun nearby.
You guys are deep, back in the middle of, in the
Shit.
center of the collapse, yeah.
I believe in you. You got this.
Well, would you rather sit here and argue, or do you want to actually go make a livelihood again and not die within a few days in the wild?
We ain't gonna die, you're the weak-looking one. You and your pathetic wings, only weaklings fly. You hear from another portion of the crowd.
And are these all just different people? It's
These
like
are
one guy
different
just moving
people.
around. Okay.
Deem, how clumped are the trees in this area?
Fairly. Tabaxi don't typically tear back most of the woods in the areas. They don't really try to disturb the rights of nature.
I make a show of pointing towards the densest cluster I can see and using horrid wilting to pull all the moisture and kill all the trees.
It's an attacker's save from the trees.
Plants have disadvantage on the save, but unless a random tree can beat a DC 22.
Con?
Yes.
Okay. That's a disadvantage, you said. Well, it would have if I'd kept the 19. As you watch as the different cluster of trees starts to sink in on itself and kind of dehydrate as crumpling down into thinner and thinner trees until they start to collapse into almost a slight dust. One of them you notice just catching your attention as the spell goes off. You slightly feel a difference. One was a tree ant that you just killed.
Don't care.
That was a very low CR. I had no idea what was going on as they wither away and die, collapsing. One of the people goes, "Oh, so you caused the explosion?"
I can't cause explosions.
Yeah, prove it! The crowd starts
How?
muttering amongst themselves. Well, another voice from a different part goes, "We know you caused it! Screw you, Durali! Get out of here!"
Can I know you said we're in the middle of town. Can I hear them giving him hell?
Yeah, you can start to. You can hear them shouting at him now as the crowd's starting to get louder and starting to chant to tell Durali to fuck off.
I would like to let out just the loudest bear roar that I can.
All right, give me an intimidation with advantage. Let's see what you can do. You all.
Oh, he already has advantage.
Can I roll it as a bear check?
Sure, that's fine. As you all watch, Lucius kind of starts to increase into his size, expanding out his lungs as the largest he can is this massive Kung Fu Panda.
As a bad roll, is only a 15.
As he roars out as loud as he can, giving it everything he's got. Lucius, you're getting old. Your lungs aren't as deep as they once were. The roar falls short. God damn it. And one of the crowd goes, "Wait, is that a bear?" And you hear the whole crowd go, "A bear!" And everyone starts freaking out, and you start watching them scattered rolling into the woods.
Can Vermorn start making his way up there on top of Tycheris, flying up?
Yeah, are you doing it at a fast pace, or are you just casually?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a 90-foot movement speed on Tycheris when flying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I also would be making my way towards them.
I won't be, going as fast as possible, but I'll be, moving the, full movement.
Okay.
The 90 feet every 6 seconds kind of deal.
Okay.
Might as well join.
Say that again, Key, sorry.
Might as well as join them.
Alright. Sigrun?
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Alright, as the party starts to march up the center road, up the town, with the collapsing of buildings and behind them, the totally not cool guys don't look at explosion styled slow motion goes on, knowing that there's nothing going on behind them. As just buildings collapse in, the occasional dust. You all head up, and by the time you all get up there, you see the crowd has dissipated. Durali, there's not much you can do to stop. They're all running in different directions.
No, yeah, Durali's just sitting there with her hand on her forehead. I'm starting to remember why I left. Ungrateful bastards.
You're also starting to remember why your friend hated being king.
Yeah.
But as you all kind of come together again at the top of the hill, the last of the few Tabaxi members having dissipated into the trees, you all stand looking down at the sunken city demolished behind you and a forest in front of you.
Shall we go to a port town?
No. And where's the next nearest Tabaxi we can get a map at?
Give me a minute. So from your estimation, the next populated town you would know of is Kroy, which is a tiefling town on the beach. It used to be part of the tiefling colonies.
That works.
Best bet, it's less than a day's travel north.
Yeah, Durali's gonna start heading. I like it.
Yep.
All right. As the party starts heading on the road, heading to the north, about half of days of the continuous march, you guys come across a merchant heading south. down the road, what looks to be a young Durgar with very pale purplish skin, a very short beard, long white hair, and 2 big brown eyes, standing about 4 feet tall. And as he looks about, he kind of looks at you for a moment, and seeing it take a quicker look at you with his large cart full of different goods, different meats hanging on the outside, the smell of beer and thick ale coming on the air behind his cart. He looks up and goes, Sigrun, hold up! I recognize that frame anywhere. Your cousin Zarius's wife.
Still not technically married, but yes.
Yeah.
We haven't had the dwarven wedding yet, or whatever is planned.
I'm Morningfall. Nice to meet you. I'm Kurgan's kid. Well, he's illegitimate kid, to all in fairness.
Ah, but that, you know what? That still counts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Illegitimate. You still got, the blood in you. Nice to meet you. And she'll shake his hand.
He shakes your hand as he sits on top of this cart, his ox kind of snorting, and he goes, oh, the ox's name, he likes to be called Frederick. He's named after a turtle I met once in my travels. So treat him with respect. He is a good-working ox. And yeah, funny enough, I'm looking for the capital of Tabaxi lands around here. Y'all know where that is? I have no idea where I am. Cousin Zarius sent me down here, and I still don't know where I am.
It's gone.
You said,
What?
the capital?
It's
The
gone?
city collapsed.
Wait, I had
recent.
a deal to buy the blasting diamond. Oh no! Don't tell me they went up, did they?
Uh,
I believe so. We weren't in the city when it happened. We were outside of it. But the big explosion, lot of dust, city collapse.
Oh shit! As he opens a little notebook and he crosses a line off, and he goes, "You want tea poison? Oh fucking great! All right." He turns his cart, or he starts to turn Frederick around to the head west, and he goes, "Oh, nice seeing you. If you need meat or ale, Morningfall Zarius at your service. I'm gonna go try and convince you want tea to give me its poison, and not in the fun way it's hoping."
Well, I wish you luck. I wish you luck. You and Frederick.
Yeah. By the way, you there, Shorty, Durali, I think is your name, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a message for you from someone. Shit, where did it go? I was looking for. He starts digging through his pockets, and he finally pulls out a little a letter, and he goes, and with a very thick wax seal on it. And he goes, "I was told to hand this to you from some short orange fella. You want it?"
Yeah, I may as well.
He nods. And
Can't make more today.
Oh, well, I hope your day gets better. And he hands you the letter. Yes. I can't tell you what it's like to be an adventurer with Sigrun, but it should be good. It should get better. I imagine she'll get more pleasant with time. As you start to realize he has no understanding that you are from the capital of the Tabaxi lands, nor
I'll just leave it that way.
Am I not pleasant now?
I don't know. Apparently, some people just don't travel well together. But me and Frederick, we get along quite well. I got some. If you're looking to buy intel, I got some information for you.
Intel on what?
Well, I got intel on the heli. I found out something about the Scrofay that you might be interested in. I ain't got anything about no men. Sorry there, Lucius. My employer told me that you're a finicky type if you don't get information when you ask for it, so I'm just gonna be upfront with you. I got nothing to help you. So please don't kill me. Unless you're looking for the someone specific, otherwise I got nothing for you. And he looks over at Key and goes, I don't know you or who you are or what you are. I wasn't told about you, so I don't know what I can offer you.
Well, my name is Key, and I'm looking for any information about the Monsters 5. Specifically, this new one I heard about, the lizard man named Goji.
Let me see. Oh, I got you. Here, I got one for free in good faith here. I heard this on the road, so I don't know how much truth it is, but apparently if you shove your hand inside Goji's rectum, he shoots out beams of fire that can level a city. Now, I don't know if this was confirmed, because I haven't seen any cities in that kind of state yet, but in all fairness, you never know what these rumors, they're always based on some truth.
Out of character, yeah, confirmed.
I will jot this down.
He looks back at Sigrun and Vormorn and goes, you lot looking for Hellion Volley or Hellion Scroffe news?
Yes, I am.
I'll tell you what, I'll offer it for a gold piece.
She hands over a gold piece.
Woo! You know, I like doing business with you lot. And he puts the gold piece away. This is the best sales I've had all day.
You could tell people I am very pleasant to make deals with, huh?
I mean, I just assumed that that's what your friends thought of you. I don't know. My cousin is smitten with you,
everyone, everyone but Lucius is dead. But Lucius, I think, tolerates me, so.
He looks over at Lucius.
Cool in my book.
He notes back at Sigrun and
chill.
nods. Anyways, for the information you bought, something about a house with a name called Uzi or Uziziel or I don't know, some weird noble house, right? It starts with a UZ. They're a fucking bunch of weirdos from what I know. Anyways, so from what I heard, their head is taking over the site viewing of the Scroffe slaves. So apparently, they've gotten really good at making things to make Scroffe really agreeable. So, yeah, I figure, you look like the type who's gonna want to stop the slavers, given your Scroffe and all. I don't know you, Vormorn, you look like, a heli burnt over. So I just assumed that you wanted to hear this.
Is it because of the fire? I've been wondering how he doesn't get burned myself.
I mean, I didn't know he could shoot or do fire. Can you shoot fire out your ass like Goji?
Not out of my ass, no.
He can cover his face with fire. It's not do his eyes.
I don't think you're a bad person, so I don't exactly want to show you my fire.
I ain't never killed a man, if that's what you're asking.
That's as long as you ain't harming the innocent. You
No.
got no problem with me.
No, I steal money from adventurers and people stronger than me. That's it. But I don't hurt people or kill them. That's just messed up.
I make a big show about patting my bag and checking if all the
Yeah,
bills fit.
same. That's it. I mean, I know Sigrid stores her money away safely, but she's like also just like going to touch
Listen,
her pouch as he says
He
that.
I feel like he would have noticed.
Cousin Zarius would have my hide if I stole from his wife. So,
Listen, I mean, I wouldn't blame you. It's
Yeah, but
it
what
would have been
about
a
the wife's
respectable
friend?
thing, but
To the rest of you, I wouldn't care no less, but I'm gonna be honest, none of you have anything I can sell real quick, and I don't want you chasing me, because I can tell at least one of you's a wizard, and the other one of you's some sort of a monster or beast that can sniff things out. I don't know why, but my intuition is telling me to run.
that is smart. We have been fucked over within the 24 hours quite a bit, and I would not put target on back. It's going.
Kind of looks about and goes, yeah. Well, since I don't want to cause any problems, I did get a cool item, though, on the road. Yeah, I'm willing to sell you. But anyways, about the information. So, yeah, something like House Uziel, I don't know, something of that sort. They've taken over this enslavement of the Scroffe and been the ones leading it. They've gotten real good at taming beasts.
You said make them agreeable. Is this is this a form of magic? Are they magically charming, my people?
I don't know much information beyond that. I just know that they used to be really good with animals. So maybe it's something along the lines of a leash, maybe it's a spell. I don't know. This is the information, that's why it's only a gold piece.
Sigurd, eyes just narrow slightly at the leash comment, but she doesn't like say anything or show any like hostility. Just a bit of a like,
Anyways,
DM,
yes.
What do I happen to know anything about this?
Give me a history check with advantage.
Shit, that's wow. 11.
Yeah, you know exactly who this is. Given that's kind of who raised you.
Yeah, and more so about the technology they're using against the Scrofe. If if I recognized it, not the house. I know the house.
Yeah, they were working on something like this, similar to be more efficient with beast-like creatures for slaves. They were practicing it on dragons, and it managed to break their will. So you're not really that surprised that the thing moved forward. You don't remember what the item was called, but you know it's based on a design made by Zopip.
I'm definitely not gonna say anything right now.
He looks about and goes, "Oh, and that item I was telling you about. So I got this thing. It's called a Pocket Galaxy. Some blue-scaled fella told me he'd sell it to me for about 1,000 platinum pieces. I figured it was worth something. So I invested, took a long shot, and you lot look like you're capable. So if you're interested in buying the item for 1,001 platinum pieces, I'd appreciate it. But if not, I'll give you a platinum piece if you'll identify it, because I don't know what the hell it does."
I do believe he just scammed a person not too long ago for 12,000 platinum. So
Yeah, okay.
What? You'll buy it?
Yeah, I buy it.
Oh.
All
Alright,
okay.
well, I appreciate
Are you-
that.
I mean, I'm not give the man business, but I'm just saying there's a strong chance it is.
He takes the 1,001 platinum pieces and he goes, "Well, shit, I can retire. I'm gonna take my cart and find me a nice little beach now. Good luck, people. You have a good one. You ever need my help again? Remember, I'm Morningfall of the clan Azarius, illegitimate son to King Kurgan himself. And yeah."
I got
I have a request.
If you bought it for 1,000 platinum pieces, why didn't you just retire before then?
Because I may have borrowed those platinum pieces from Uncle Zarius and, Cousin Zarius, rather, and, so I may have been a little over my, buy-in limit based on my, current position at the company.
I have a
yes.
request for you before you go. Since you're part of the clan, admittedly, among my travels, many of which have gone wrong, I've not had a chance. I'm not a very righty person. If you could give a message to my betrothed to inform him that I hope to see him soon. Just to, stop by at some point. That would be wonderful. I want him to know it's not like I've forgotten. I just try not to die a lot. It occupies time. There was a whole my friend became a god dragon thing exploded. Yeah.
You know he's been watching you like this entire time. He's been scrying on you.
I did not, but he's probably hearing me say this now. Hi, no, dear, when you get the chance to see me, appreciate. If not, I hope business goes well. It's kind of going well for me.
He just
She
looks
just like waves to the air.
Selling yourself as merchandise.
he just looks at...
that means he can agree with me that it would make a good profit.
Morningfall kind of looks over at Vormorn and says, "What'd you say there, Vormorn? What was that? I didn't catch that."
No, don't worry about it. It's just a joke.
Was it? Did you make a remark against the Zarius clan?
I don't think so. No, he was talking about something I said earlier, I believe.
You see Vormorn as you sigh, and you suddenly see the smile appear on Morningfall's face.
Hey, you are in merchant type stuff. You tell me, how profitable is this bathwater stuff?
He just looks at you and goes, "I'm not answering that today."
Yeah, you should answer that.
I
We
heard
just gave
about
you
it
a
last
$1,000
night.
platinum.
I've never heard about it, but it seems so simple. Bathwater is so easy to get, and if it sells for a lot, I feel like it's worth the investment, isn't it?
The wife of Zarius has asked you a question, sir. You should answer.
He looks at you for a minute and goes, I am not at liberty to sell items like that. If you want that, you need the specialist department of the clan. I don't work with them. I just do general deliveries and items.
Mm,
Well, stick around if you want. How well liked are you? Like, do people actively seek you out?
seek me out in what way? I'm sure I have many people who have tried to seek me out to kill me in the past. I've also met a lot of people who seem to enjoy my company. There was this, man who built the airships. He seemed very happy to work with me as a customer. Obviously, my betrothed,
Morning
I
Fall
like to
speaks
think
up.
my party members haven't hated me.
And he looks
I
at,
might be wrong. It sounds like maybe.
He looks over at Key and goes, "Listen, for some reason, this Scrofe has access to the most powerful men in the current time period. You best be careful. She even served as the royal guard to the first emperor of Redenia."
Oh, well, I mean, I was just trying to help. Like, if she's interested in selling her bathwater, this would be
No, please
I
don't.
think we need to drop this bathwater subject and just get on our way. What do you guys think?
Morning Fall
Well,
looks back and
let's
goes,
get
"I
back to
don't."
already
that
started
pillow
walking.
thing. Well, okay, maybe I'm not the type for pillows. What if we sold like swords or like shields in my image? I feel like that is very on brand.
Sigrun continues the pitch as you all just walk off, beyond, continuing north.
She's following as she talks.
About after another half day's march, you come to the town, and as you guys are looking about, you find tieflings kind of working casually. This town isn't very large, just a couple of huts on the beach, a small tavern, a couple of little market stands, and what looks to be some rotting corpses of some old, like shadow-looking demons that have been left out on the beach for who knows how long.
You cut out rotting what on the beach?
Shadow demons.
Oh,
Who
probably
knew
shouldn't
a
touch those.
drop?
Or can we? Are they harvestable?
I mean, they could be theoretically. You don't know. But as you lot kind of come into town, an old male tiefling with very deep red skin, a slightly barbed tail, a little goatee of white hair for a beard, while long white hair, two curved blackened horns, comes walking up and goes, "I am the chief of this village. What is your business here? Are you here to do us harm? Rob us, kill us, steal from us? Oh no, please don't. The shadow demons will be coming. I've given this speech 1,000 times. What the fuck do you want?"
You got a map?
"I can get you a map if you'll leave."
I mean, we weren't planning to stay.
"Good." He turns and walks back, starts like slowly walking back, not even listening to the rest of you as he just starts very,
We'll
very
sit at the
slowly.
tavern waiting for the map.
You'll do what?
I'll be waiting at the tavern for the map.
He just turns back around and goes, "Of course you will."
I cares. You want a drink?
I will mention, as you all are heading this way, Durali is nowhere to be seen after a while. As you all head, though, to the tavern, kind of following Vormorn with Ticarius kind of following in and managing to grab hold of a bottle of rum, downing it in almost a couple of gulps as it seems to dance about from side to side. Moments go by, and as you lot are kind of enjoying yourself, as the old man brings in a magical map and hands it to you, just irritated at your you being here. He also kind of looks you warningly, just kind of giving you a glare, Vormorn specifically, as he turns and walks off. Moments.
Have I been here before? Just as a question.
You haven't. None
Okay,
of your party has.
I was just curious since he was staring daggers at me. Maybe it's because I'm Warlock. I don't know.
Ellie.
As you lot kind of sit down and begin to contemplate where you're going next, as you take up a table, setting out the map and start looking it over. That is where we're going to end today's session. By next session, Durali will rejoin you all. Yeah. So we thank you all for
Plan
those.
to kill us?
Yes, of course. We thank you all for watching. We hope to see you tomorrow for Monster Monday session, and we will catch you next time. Have a good one.
Woo.
Yes. All right.